Welcome everyone to Haven of Horror. As always, I am Subject, and I've dragged Robert along into this.
Hi.
Robert, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Ready to kill some zombies?
Only if it's not that horde of like 500 that I watched a video on.
Hey, you can do it. I believe in you.
We don't have the resources, Robert.
Yeah.
We are all dead. Let's see what storylines we got. Really? That's it? We are fucked on fuel. God damn.
Just go to the gas station.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
Well, the mechanic, does that count?
Make it quick. Hey.
Yeah.
Shit, you really need a lot of fuel. I'll be here if you need me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, good as new.
Yeah. We got fuel. We can actually go places.
Hey, wait a sec. I'll get it.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Robert making a Metallica reference in 2025? Who are you? What have you
Oh
done with
my
Robert?
Nothing like a Thursday drive.
Yes, Skizzo, I'm here.
Hear that business we were talking about? It's gonna take.
Whoa,
Oh.
God.
I gotta go check on security at the border with Iron Butte. Check on.
You son of a bitch.
You fought a bear with your bare hands. These should be nothing.
Nice. Headshot.
You
Hear
would
that
think.
business we were
Headshot.
talking about? It's gonna take me a bit. I gotta go check on security at the border with Iron Butte. Check on the rippers there, if you know what I mean.
No, Skizzo, I don't got a clue. Why don't you spell it out for me?
Nice try, smartass. Remember, I'm going out on a limb here. Don't make me regret it. Anyway, I'll be in touch real soon. In the meantime, make yourself useful around camp. Prove Iron Mike was right for a change.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. St. John out.
That's a good question. We got Noah in the live chat. He asked if we've heard of that really old band Metallica.
No. They sound like a Megadeth ripoff.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, St. John, where you at, brother?
I'm here, Skizzo, but I'm not your...
Hey, no skin off my nose. Just doing what I can to help you.
How funny would it be if they announced they were doing a live-action Days Gone movie with Sam Witwer?
Oh,
Like, I'd be down, but everyone would say, why?
Very funny. I meant no such thing. All I said was, if you were thinking about taking a ride, or what do you drifters like to call it? Ride in the open road? Now would be a good time to do it. You got me?
That all you got?
Yeah, Skizzo, like always, I got you. St. John out.
I'm shot. Fight cover.
Murderers in bed.
Whoa. That would be funny, but my biggest thing would be, is it gonna be like the Until Dawn movie where it's Days Gone, but not really?
Killed him. Run all you want. I got you.
Kyle, Metallica, did they make that song Wonderwolf? Yeah, I think so.
Oh god, that person's extra dead.
Good. Fuckers.
But now you can't loot the corpse.
Sure I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm back. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh. Sneak into Ripper territory, or do we want to go to the Pioneer Cemetery? How many? Made that song for Mission Impossible too. Yeah, but I mean that's already like bad era Metallica.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's at least 4. I can't even craft any. Okay, so we're gonna go do this. Metallica hits a wall after with Injustice for All, which is a decent album. The Black Album is kind of mid, and then after that they suck.
Oh.
I don't make the rules. Oh geez.
Someone needs help.
Do they though?
Okay.
Oh my god. Somebody's cloning zombies.
Ah, Jesus.
Okay.
Hey man, what's up?
Hey, it's okay. You're not gonna make it out here. I know where there's a camp.
He's just standing there, Deacon.
What camp? Show me. Where?
Hmm.
Head to Lost Lake. Ask for Ricky Patel. She'll take you in. I was a goner.
Is that movie good? I've only seen the dirty version Mission Impenetrable. God damn it.
I thought it was Thank you.
If you've never seen the Mission Impossible movies, that's the
Don't
worst
overdo
one,
it.
but
Keep
it's
your sights
alright.
down. Don't stop.
Yeah,
Keep
like
out of
it's
sight.
the most skippable of them, but you can still
Okay,
watch
here
it.
we go.
It's got its
Yeah.
moments.
No, yeah. Overall, though, Mission Impossible is peak.
I love those movies. So you've seen all of them, but the Final Reckoning, right?
Yeah, and I need to rewatch 7 because I don't remember anything about it.
Renegades, oh
gotcha.
goddammit, don't let them see me.
What the
Oh
fuck?
fuck!
Oh god.
Open fire!
In hindsight, mistakes were made.
Yeah, kind of. Whoa! Speaking of peak, we haven't had a chance to talk about it on stream. I finally watched Sinners.
You did finally watch Sinners.
It was peak.
It's you.
The new motion picture from Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, it's my new favorite movie of the year so far.
Mine too. It's really good.
I haven't seen. The only 2 movies right now that I think could dethrone it are Life of Chuck and Superman.
Superman. And that well, for me anyway, that Bring Her Back movie, or everyone's
Oh
raving about.
yeah.
I still know nothing about it.
I didn't say that one because I haven't seen it, but Austin says it's the best movie of the year. But he also
It's
thought
from the-
Warfare was the best movie of the year, and I thought that movie was just fine. So.
Well, Bring Her Back is from the folks who made Talk to Me, so
It is.
I got
they
confidence in.
are. Yeah.
Hey, St. John, you there?
Yes, Skizzo, I'm here.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so that could be a surprise hit, but
It's gonna take me a bit.
I'm much more confident in Superman or Life of Chuck for being like the new #1 movie of the year for me.
No,
I'm excited for
Skizzo,
both.
I've got a clue. Why don't you spell it out?
Noah just said, is Mission Impenetrable 2 a good movie? No. Do I love it? Yes. You do you, man.
I fucking knew it.
In the meantime, make yourself useful around camp. Prove Iron Mike was right for a change.
Yeah, sure,
Try to
whatever you say.
see Bring Her
Say,
Back
St.
and the new
John
Wes
out.
Anderson movie this weekend. Wes Anderson is mid.
Hey, St. John, where you at, brother?
I'm here, Skizzo, but I'm not your goddamn brother.
Hey, no skin off my nose. Just doing what I can to help you, bro. That business we
And then I
discussed,
watched Queen of the
let's
Ring
just
today,
say,
which
we
was
should
pretty
head out
good.
that way now.
Huh,
Yeah,
so you
that's
go with the
with
Rivers.
Emily Bett Rickards, right? That
Yeah.
motion picture.
Who knew she could
All I said
act?
was, if you were thinking about
Oh.
taking a ride, or what do you drifters like to call it? Ride in the open road?
It definitely takes some liberties with stuff, because I kind of researched a
Yeah,
couple
schizo,
things
like
as
always,
they were
big
happening,
guy for
but
the St. John out.
it was pretty good.
Solid wrestling biopic.
Yeah, it's no Iron Claw, but I mean Iron Claw was peak.
I still need to see Iron Claw. Great.
It also it makes me happy that we're doing these wrestling biopics and getting wrestlers involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we've hit like this weird kind of new Renaissance era of wrestling biopic movies. You got that. You got that The Rock movie coming out.
That's not wrestling.
was that?
That's
Okay.
I think that's MMA.
Okay, that guy's in it. I didn't know if he also did wrestling. I know nothing. About
I'd
that
have
dude.
to look. I'd have to look and see who it is because
But
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I want to see that too. I'm hoping this is The Rock's like, oh, I can act project. Noah says I'm mid. I mean that's true. But yeah, and the funny thing is, because like I recognize at least some of the divas or the women's wrestlers that they cast. They're not divas anymore. I'm 10 years out of date there. But they cast an actual actress as Mae Young, and it was funny just because I remember seeing her on TV at like 60 or 70 taking bumps onto a table, and I was like, "Yeah, you cast her pretty well." But no, I was a little worried just because most of the cast are like CW, MTV actors. The lead from MTV's Teen Wolf is in it, but who knew that when given the right direction and a proper script, they can act.
Yeah, with the Queen of the Ring, I was definitely just curious to check that out just to see her in something good. I was also surprised by just how jacked she got for that role, just from what I've seen
Yeah.
from it. She really got in shape for that.
The funniest thing is, I'm sure it's historically accurate, but towards the end of the movie, she's supposed to be like late 30s, and she's early 30s. And everybody's like, oh, you know, you're old now for this business. And I was like, really?
Well, to be fair, decades ago, when you hit 35, you're done.
No, I know it was probably
Got
accurate
one
for the
foot in the
time,
grave.
but it especially doesn't help with Emily Bet Rickards, or whatever the fuck her name is, that looks eternally 25, apparently.
Murderers and thieves, the lot of you. How many people you killed today, huh?
That's a compliment you could give her on Arrow. Is she stayed in shape, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and like especially by today's standards, because you know you've got people wrestling well into their 60s now, even when they probably shouldn't be. Looking at you, Flair.
They shot me.
Deborah Ann Wool is in it too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Could make something out of this. Okay. Finally. Jesus.
But no, what's cool is the big difference between that and like the Iron Claw is this is like kind of before the big territory separation. Like she starts out in the carnivals, which is where wrestling starts. And you get to see her like naivety about the business in certain ways. Like, what do you mean the championship is rigged? It's like, yeah, it's all scripted. Not just the lower matches.
Oh yeah, there's also that one that Florence Pugh did as Paige, I think, fighting with my family. That was a few years ago.
that was a while ago at this point. I still do need to see that though. It's just that one. It's like not anywhere.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Also, Hulk Hogan movie has been in the works for forever, but that's had trouble getting off the ground. I think just for
I don't think
obvious
that will
reasons.
happen until he dies.
Yeah, probably.
Because if that comes out while he's still alive, that will be a fluff piece. Because in Hogan's mind, Hogan did nothing wrong.
Another
Yeah.
And yeah, no.
Can we get the Hulk Hogan YouTube apology video, please? I'd like to see him make one of those.
I would love that. It's just him on YouTube going, "They want me to apologize, brother, but that doesn't work for me, brother." What I want is a complete biopic about the downfall of WCW.
Gotcha.
Because that is a fascinating case study, because they almost ran WWE out of business. But then WWE like picked itself up and started recovering, and WCW had no idea how to handle it.
Is that something you think you could build a whole miniseries around?
Yeah.
Maybe they should be out on guard duty, but I'm letting that slide. If I had to guess, I'd say we'd be playing all night.
So until morning. Got it. Deacon out.
Just relax, Deacon. You're all right.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, that's just correct, Noah. If Hulk Hogan pulls out a ukulele and starts singing, it'd be the greatest apology video in history of apology videos.
It's stuff like that that you won't see in a Hulk Hogan biopic until he's dead, I feel like. What I just sent you, not what you and Noah are talking about.
Mhm. No, yeah, I saw it.
That is the infamous finger poke of doom. Because see, the thing that WWE found out, which is why I find it always so funny when people are going on about creative control and things, is that creative control is not always the best thing.
Yeah.
WCW had this bad idea of giving wrestlers creative control. Do you know what happens when you give wrestlers creative control with no boundaries?
Shit goes off the rails.
They always want to win, even if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it can be a problem.
He's not moving. Get him.
Ah, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Covering fire. He will not move. Move up.
Come on.
I will give you the words of Carlos. Teach him the truth.
Speaking of creative control, some big horror news this week that James Wan and Blumhouse have gotten the rights for the Saw franchise.
Yeah, I don't understand. I feel like we're gonna get the shitty Saw reboot now.
Instead of Saw 11.
Yeah, unless they do 11 as like a final send-off, and then they're like, yeah, now we're rebooting.
That's a shame. You're just surprised that Lionsgate let go of it.
Yeah, name one Saw movie that hasn't made them a fuck ton of money.
That's true.
Now name other Lionsgate projects that have lost them a fuck ton of money. We'll be here all night.
Free them.
Unless this is a casualty of those. Now apparently they are still involved. It's just they're gonna be like in the back seat. So maybe that was part of it. Noah wants to see Hulk Hogan reenact his Gremlins 2 cameos. Noah says so the Saw franchise is
his
dead.
finest actor.
No, it's even worse. They're owned by Blumhouse.
Yeah, and I know typically people want the original creators to have control, but I don't know. This one moved on fine without James Wan. Like, was anyone asking for this?
I think you were.
Oh,
This is all your fault.
sure. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't reboot after Spiral, but instead we got Saw X, which everyone really likes. So just do more of that.
But Robert, consider this. We can have a Saw reboot that is all about trauma.
Oh, okay.
That's what everybody wants from Saw. And also, the James Wan that made Saw 1 like 20 years ago is not the James Wan that's making
That's not the
movies
same
now.
James Wan. Yeah.
Oh God. Ah, Jesus. Oh God.
I just don't know why you wouldn't keep the guys who made Saw X. Like, they seem to know what they were doing.
There we go.
Tyler asked, why would you reboot Saw? It's just about the traps. It's like, well, from a studio mindset, it's about the remember this nostalgia stuff. You
It's
could
also
recast
Saw is more
Jigsaw.
complicated than that. Like, you need a central character to hold it all together, and if you don't reboot, you don't have anyone.
But I think the studio thinks it's time for, you know, a new Jigsaw actor and repeating a lot of the iconic scenes from the other movies. All kinds of awful ways they could go with this. And with Juan being involved, like, I don't know, he might want to do the Legacy sequel thing where it's like his sequel to the original movie. Ignores everything else, but
Don't take this the wrong way, but saying it's just about people getting stuck in traps is severely dismissing the work that Tobin Bell put into those movies.
oh, for sure.
Even if he did die in the third one, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Well, it's funny because we've tried the copycat Saw thing a lot in that franchise, and most of those most of those characters aren't that popular.
Hoffman sucks.
I'm not impressed yet.
He doesn't get any better.
We still gotta watch 5 together at some point.
We do, and 6.
Yay. But like I said, you know, the studio is thinking like, oh well, we gotta recast Jigsaw for a new generation.
Hell of a mess.
Which is funny because Robert, fact check this real quick. What was the box office intake of Saw 10?
Saw X. Let me see.
Oh
Jesus! It should go without saying that this is a post-COVID movie.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
We have a problem.
Oh,
The one zombie is
that?
eating the other.
Why'd you do that? That's like cannibalism, bro.
Ah, Jesus.
That's not cool. Why would you just eat a fellow person like that? That's fucked up.
Oh, God.
So even with the parameters in mind that this is a post-COVID movie, the franchise seemed dead. Saw X made on a $13 million budget. It made $125 million.
What was it? What did you say the budget was? Sorry.
13 million. And it
Yeah,
made 120.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why are they selling? That was their moneymaker. Makes me think that there was something to those rumors of producer infighting, and somebody at Lionsgate was like, "We don't want to deal with this anymore." Oh! Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, it was the highest grossing Saw film since Saw 3D.
Number 6 apparently has Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I've never seen those.
Well, that's something.
Everybody's favorite young adult franchise, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
What a weird franchise that turned out to be. There have been like 3 reboots, I think. Because they're making those shitty animated movies on Disney Plus now. Somebody's watching, I guess.
Probably Austin.
I loved those books when I was a kid.
I missed out on those. Where is he?
What's it gonna take?
Oh my god! Why does he do so much damage?
He's stronger than a bear, apparently. Noah said, "Don't diss Wimpy Kid." That's true.
It
Quality
sucks.
books. Oh.
I don't know, I haven't actually read them.
I remember
don't
the
care.
first movie being okay, but I haven't seen it in like 15 years, and then I never watched any of the sequels.
Okay, here we go.
I remember when like the 3rd movie was coming out, they had to like recast all the characters because those kids grew up.
That's so
And I think
funny.
like hashtag not my Roderick was trending, where people were like really mad, and I was like, oh god,
Did that movie
this is
flop?
what we've come to. I don't know. I don't think it did well. But now they do those crappy animated movies on Disney Plus. I
Which
think
is
they're done with the
probably
live
how
action
they
ones.
should have just done it in the first place.
Yeah, but they're like real cheap looking CGI. Like they look bad.
Oh!
Okay, I guess it was the 4th live action movie where they recast and
They made
basically
4 of
killed the
those?
franchise. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, for the first 3 they were putting out 1 a year.
Come on, come on. Woo!
Jesus Christ. One
That's what I'm saying.
tougher son of a bitch.
You took down a bear
Ain't I bad?
with your bare hands.
The other
This is
time
that
wasn't
impressive,
bad.
Deacon.
Fuck you. The Roger Jake Rules movie wasn't bad for a moment. I haven't seen anything past that. Noah grew up with that shit. Yeah, I was too old for it at that point. I grew up with proper
This'll work.
proper stories like Harry Potter
I
and
gotta get him back
Power
on the bike.
Rangers.
Yeah. Can use this.
Noah's not streaming tonight because he hates us.
Yeah.
It's not a well-known fact, but you know. Back to our bike, Roberto.
These will fix him up, and then we ride out of here, head north like he said.
Deacon St. John, you there? Deke, this is Ricky. Over.
Damn it, I can't let her know I'm out here. Hey, Ricky, this is Deke. You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Deke, where are you? I need to get...
Oh, sorry, Ricky. I don't have time for this right
What's
now.
this broad trying to talk about?
Yeah, Robert did try to eat him on our Alan Wake stream.
No comment. Let me pick up the thing.
That's interesting.
I love when you get too close to a collectible and it's like, it's here, but you can't touch it. Let's get the fuck out of here. You see the Alien trailer? Didn't you post that in our Discord? I didn't watch it, but I think you posted
He
it.
did.
I don't
Yeah,
watch a
looks
lot of trailers.
decent.
I already know I'm gonna watch the show. I don't need to be sold on it.
You, right up the road. Make sure they don't come back. Now. Run him down, you son of a bitch! Right past you. Find it.
Deacon's like, why do you wear your baseball cap like that? What are you, an idiot?
Hey, I heard gunshots. What's going on?
We had a run-in with a few rippers, but I handled it.
You handled it. What's it? Wow. I should have known.
You should have known what? Jesus, Ricky, who's running security here?
You know, I ask myself that shit every single day.
I'm done here.
Good.
So what are you doing out here?
What am I doing, Deke? Addie told me to come and get you.
Why? What? Hold on for a second. Is Boozer okay?
I don't know. We gotta go.
All this guy cares about is Boozer.
All he cares about is
What's wrong with
booze.
Boozer?
All I know is
Yeah.
Addie told me to find you. When I asked around, I found out you and Skizzo were heading up here. Now I know why.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The crash site, the medical supplies. It's no big secret, Deke. Iron Mike was negotiating with Carlos, making a deal so our camp would split it with the Rippers.
Oh, bullshit.
What do you mean?
I mean bullshit. I was there. Had that cargo hold's already been looted. Tracks from the crash site all head south. Now, I've been dealing with the fucking Rippers for months. You can't trust a goddamn thing they say.
Now you're sounding like Skizzo. Skizzo, he put you up to this. He told you about the crash site.
Yeah, great. So now you're calling me Skizzo's errand boy.
Don't you love the names?
He's freaking out.
Find out about it.
A drifter up at
Whoa.
Copeland Camp. Like you said, it ain't no big secret.
Yeah, right. Well, Skizzo's been trying to pick a fight with the
I
Rippers
love
for
the names in
months.
this game.
This is
Iron
when they
Mike,
came along to
Skizzo,
throw him.
Boozer.
Yeah,
Ricky.
that's the problem with today's generation. We don't name kids like that anymore.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something.
Can I stop you?
So let me ask you
Last time I
something,
saw
Rick.
you, before last winter, you told Iron Mike to go fuck himself because he wouldn't pay you to bring in survivors.
It's not exactly what happened.
I remember it pretty clearly.
Oh god.
Iron Mike said he'd have nothing to do with slavery.
Deacon's like, wait,
We never forced
hold up.
anyone
I'm
to
stuck
come in
behind
against their
a
will.
couple of tiny trees.
How about Tucker? Same thing true for her?
I don't know.
You ever think when you roll up on someone starving out in the shit, maybe hasn't slept in days, reach the point where they stop
Noah,
running
you signed
from
an
men like
NDA?
you ever think
Not
they
supposed to
don't
talk
have a
about that.
choice?
Yeah,
On the
fuck
channel.
you,
To the
Noah.
hot springs just the same. Earn a few camp credits. Everybody's got a choice, Deacon. It takes us a lot too, bringing in someone who can't work, can't earn their way. You know, you just be glad that Iron Mike isn't like you.
Why is this entire ride just her tearing me a new one? How dare you tell people to go to the safety of a camp?
Taking fire!
That's slavery. What?
William, William, if you can hear me, I need you to stop.
Addie, what's going on?
Boozer,
Stop.
what the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
Listen, we need to do this, and we need to do this right now.
You what? Don't you take it! No, no. No, you're not. No way. No, you're not gonna do
Deacon,
this to him.
listen to me. The antibiotics will save his life, but nothing on God's earth is going to save the arm. Now listen, I need you to help me right now, or you can just watch your friend die.
Addie, we're losing him.
Stay away.
Deacon,
All right.
Oh no.
All right.
This has escalated a little too much for the wound that he got.
All right, hey, I just need you to stay
Hold
with
him.
me.
Hold him there.
Okay.
Hold him.
Deacon.
Okay. Hold him down right there.
Okay.
John's like, I took a blowtorch to the arm before and I was fine.
We're losing.
No,
I
he's
just
losing
mean
too
it
much
was
blood.
on his arm for like 3 seconds. And now we have to cut it off.
Yeah.
Hold him.
Okay, pal, where? Where do I hold him?
Just hold him right there. Stop panicking and hold
Ryan!
Pulls out a chainsaw.
Probably would
It's
have
fine.
been faster.
We'll get him a robot arm.
When I was in high school, I thought, maybe I should be a mechanical engineer, or should I be a surgeon? I guess I should have been a surgeon. Ugh.
And you.
Hey, okay.
You know, you saved your friend's life today.
I don't think he's gonna see it that way.
Yeah, well, I think you will. I gotta go and give him his IV drip. And you know what? I don't know where you got all this, and I don't want to know. But it's gonna save a lot of lives, Deacon St. John. A lot of lives.
Yeah, I'm kind of a hero.
I gotta go help Addie.
Mike, just settle down, okay?
Deacon! Get out here!
Ah, shit. Now we're being called.
I heard what you did. Wasn't about to let him die.
Mike, let it go. It's done.
I know that, god damn it. Boozer gonna live? I don't know. But the Ripper saw you. Followed you back. When Carlos finds out about this, there's gonna be the devil to pay. Carlos can go fuck himself. You are writing checks with other men's blood. I hope you're good with that.
You did what had to be done. Mike, wait up.
Well.
Well. That entire cutscene was just, fuck you, Deacon. Tyler wants to know what our favorite horror subgenres. What you got, Robert?
Evil Dead 2.
That's my favorite subgenre, Evil Dead.
It's hard to pick one. Like, I like supernatural stuff, I like zombie stuff. I'd say for something very specific to me, I really dig, like, procedural horror, whether it's supernatural or more realistic. The stuff like Silence of the Lambs, Exorcist 3, 7 you could throw in there.
I mean, 7 is peak. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep it simple. Zombies and slashers. And let me just tell you, having one of your favorite subgenres be zombies sucks ass.
What? You have so much variety.
Oh,
Hey, just a sec.
so much variety of shit.
I've still never seen Train to Busan. It was on Netflix. I should have watched it, and then it was off of Netflix.
Well, that was your first mistake.
But everyone
'cause you
says it's
waited.
great.
It is pretty good.
Do you think the American remake will be better?
Of course.
Deacon, you there?
Yeah, Ricky, what's up?
We make better movies than...
I just wanted to say,
other people.
I'm sorry about what happened to Boozer.
Yeah, probably.
No, it is not in the files.
Look, Addie
It's
wanted you
not.
to know that if you hadn't brought her that
Tyler, it
listen
doesn't have to be
Boozer,
one. You can do like a top
would be
5
a hell of a
if
lot
you
more
want to.
payment.
Well,
I
Robert's
just made
favorite
it
is
easier
just
for you to
Evil
call
Dead.
him up.
That's the
Yeah.
subgenre.
Anyway, we hope he makes it.
Ah,
He's my friend
crap.
too, you know?
I mean, to your point though,
Hey,
I do
listen,
really like Cabin in the Wood movies.
Thanks for bringing us in.
You know, Evil
Yeah.
Dead,
I
Cabin
gotta
in the
go. Deacon out.
Woods.
Cabin fever.
Yeah, with the greatest payoff of all time.
Is that joke in the remake?
I don't remember.
That's probably cut out.
Probably not. Cause I know they don't say retard as much either. No, that is the biggest crime of the remake, is it is not an early 2000s movie. You know what the best part of Cabin Fever is though? It taught us all that
What?
squirrels are gay.
Good night.
It's objectively correct. It's important to learn something from a movie.
Yeah, that movie has Tarantino level writing for dialogue. Why are you shooting at squirrels? Because they're gay?
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, how can you argue with that logic?
Oh, the 2000s. It was a different time, people.
It was.
Yeah, Ricky, what's up?
No, it just said that Cabin Fever sucks. It's a movie.
You liked
alright.
it. What are you talking about?
You volunteered to stick around, do some runs
Tyler
around
asks
camp,
if we
but
consider Seven a horror
refused
film.
to
I mean, it's
kiss
horror
her.
adjacent at least.
Yeah,
It's as much a
something.
horror as
counts.
Silence of the
Well,
Lambs.
I can't say I blame you.
Yeah,
Okay.
It
I
goes
think
harder
it's-
than Silence of the Lambs in some
Stop by the
places.
mechanic shop. We've got a job for you.
Yeah, they're also doing different
Yeah,
things.
okay. Beacon out.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just that's the first movie I can think of to compare it to.
More bounties. There's another one. Time to burn.
Noah said like is a strong word. Wow. We've really turned on that film. Maybe Noah will prefer the remake.
I mean, yeah. I can't wait to make him watch it.
Got it.
We can do one more. Let's get the bike. Noah, do you like Cabin Fever more or less than Silent Night, Deadly Night?
I'm guessing he prefers Silent Night, Deadly Night, even though in his words he didn't find the movie very deep. It wasn't the tour de force he was hoping for.
Yeah. It wasn't like a French art film
Be right here.
about the meaning of life.
Yeah, Noah just said he likes Cabin Fever less. Right on.
Or does he mean he liked Silent Night, Deadly Night less?
The world may never know.
Noah, you fraud. Dear God. Oh, fuck.
No, there might be a lot of these guys here. I might want to get out of here.
What was your first fucking clue? Oh, Jesus. fuck is this nest?
It's lost. Oh, there it is.
Where's my bike?
Noah said he likes cabin fever less because that was the question.
Oh,
Did you run past a nest, or was that just some
I did,
shrubbery?
but I'm out of Molotovs.
Oh.
So we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yay! How many days go by in this game? All of them. Oh.
Yeah, do you know if the counter varies, like, depending on the playthrough? Or...
No, I think it's like each time you start the game, it's at that many days, because that's how many days have gone by since, like, I think day 0 or whatever.
Gotcha.
Right now we are 769 days gone.
69.
Nice.
Brian, I'm at one of your beacons.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one? This Nero radio has a GPS, doesn't it?
Yes, of course it does. Okay. You're at Olali Falls. Okay, good. Keep an eye out. A field op is going to be there any minute. O'Brien out.
O'Brien? Oh, God damn it. O'Brien, come in. Your friends are here. O'Brien.
I told you, they're not my friends. Okay, head in on foot.
Yeah, I know. What do you want me to do? Use one of these tracking devices?
No, not this time. I'm already tracking this one.
I mean, I would assume that it ends when you beat the game, but maybe it keeps going because like you can just do free roam.
Okay.
I don't know.
You want me to follow armed Nero goons into a cave?
Oh fuck! I don't have the resources for this.
Just stay close to her. While you're in range, I can intercept her data.
O'Brien,
I'm still working on
I'm sure you can handle it.
Don't ask.
then why the hell am I talking to you?
How do I get up there?
Sound off. Clear over here.
All clear.
Fuck.
Yep, clear.
No. Letting the days go by, letting the zombies hold me down.
No, you have to release a new single for the whole song. Wouldn't the single
Yeah.
just be the song? I don't understand.
Whoa. So that guy's, like, blind?
I don't know. Forever's a long time.
I heard something. Thought I saw someone.
Let me know if you need anything.
Shit, I don't know. Wait, wasn't even my turn on the duty roster. Yeah, I hear ya.
Just stay close to her. Right, O'Brien?
I never got that.
Freaker shit. What?
Easier said than
The
done.
whole stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 thing.
What do you mean?
I mean, the virus is...
Nobody knows who the talking heads are. It's
No,
fine.
It's more complicated than that. Now let me.
Okay. I know I'm a grunt. But before the freak show, I was a biology major. Just give me the gist.
Really?
Try me.
Okay. We don't really know, but blood tests show. The current evidence suggests that the virus spreads through the lymph system, reproducing and attacking cells on a catastrophic scale.
Attacking.
More precisely, expressing a series of
Stay
normally
with
dormant
her.
proto-oncogenes into an
What the
active
hell
state.
is she doing?
Cancer.
Look at him. Look at all of them. That look like cancer to you?
Maybe you're really bad.
No. No, this is something far worse.
What do you mean?
This virus is on a mission. The freaks are what they are because the virus wants them that way.
What are you saying?
I'm saying... Jesus, what am I saying?
Terrorism? You're saying this was deliberate?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, blame it on the virus.
Is she done? Yeah, okay. Time to get the hell out of there.
Deacon, shut up.
Oh no, I'm thinking out loud again.
Okay, that's not the mission I thought it was. There's a mission where you have to like go down deeper into a cave and you get ambushed, and it's a pain in the ass. I just don't remember where it is in the terms of the story. So every time it's like, go into this cave, I'm like, oh shit, is this it? Oh, other movies that I think I've watched that we haven't talked about is I watched Fear Street Prom Queen.
Yeah, I've heard it's not great.
It sucks.
I've got the data.
I can't believe a movie in 2025 had the balls to play
About this
Never Gonna Give You Up
virus,
by Rick
whatever the hell
Astley.
it is, or
Like,
what
unironically.
it's doing.
They did.
I want to know what the hell's going on, O'Brien. Why are they out here? What the fuck are you
It's
doing?
classic.
So you know how,
Ryan.
like, most slashers at a prom, the prom would be the third act, and, like, everything else is people getting killed while preparing for the
Boy,
prom?
this is gonna get old fast.
What if I told you
Sure.
that the prom is 90% of the movie?
I mean, that could work.
It doesn't.
Oh,
Does it? Yeah. Is it like an entirely standalone, or is it more of a direct continuation of those other movies?
Same city, Sunnyside or whatever, but it doesn't reference any of the characters.
Is it a period piece, or is it?
Yeah, 88.
Okay.
No, because it so badly wants
Look
to
at the
be an
bio.
80s slasher
just
movie,
looking for some stuff.
but it doesn't understand what made those work.
Okay.
It is the most lifeless, passionless slasher movie I've ever seen.
Are there any good kills?
And
Ricky,
there's like
you said you
one
had a
I
job for me?
remember.
Hey, Deke. Yeah.
No, the
You
movie
remember
Rick
Shane
rolled you.
Riley?
It did.
Everyone called him Bread.
Red Riley.
Tyler, no,
Yeah,
it's just
never heard of
bad.
him, but let me guess.
If
Ginger?
it was so bad it's good, I would be like, yeah, the
No.
movie was peak.
It was his boots. He wore these rattlesnake boots dyed with god-awful red color. He made quite the
What
impression.
did I?
No, I bet.
Anyway, he used to do
It
runs
is
for us back
number
in the day
20
until
out
one
of
day he
23
decided
on my
he didn't like the camp
2025
credits
list.
we were paying. So he up and kills Lindsay Fuller.
Who?
Lindsay worked supply before Blair.
Wait a second. So he killed an unarmed woman.
Oh, she was armed. She just wasn't expecting him to shoot her in the face. Will you listen?
Okay,
So
but
Red
Tyler,
murders
in my
her, hands out
defense,
the supply
one of
bin,
those
and then takes
movies
off
is
before
like a
anyone knows what's
70s
happened.
period
Got away
piece.
clean.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
And one of them
Until
takes
now.
place
And
in the
and one of them takes
1600s.
place- yeah.
Pioneer.
You don't gotta ask. I got this thing about
About killing unarmed women. I know. So I knew you'd want to handle it.
Yeah, like I said, I got this covered. What else can you tell me about him?
Not much. Oh, wait.
I also don't like the
chews
third one,
tobacco.
but I think the
I heard
first
he
two
was
are
such
great.
an addict that he rounds up cigarette butts, takes out the tobacco, and chews
I
them.
remember really
That's
liking the
disgusting.
first
So now
half
I
of the
got two
third one,
reasons
and then
to
I was
kill him.
kind of
Yeah, but
whatever
be
about
careful,
the
Deke.
conclusion.
See, I had the
liked
opposite.
period
I
stuff.
didn't really like the period stuff. It's when you get back to the 90s, I was like, oh,
How's it
we're
going?
back to like
Just
fun
looking for some
stuff. Tyler watched I Saw the TV Glow. That movie was peak. The movie was sad. It was sad, but it was like haunting in a way. Did you ever watch that?
No, I still need to see it.
What the fuck are you doing?
God
I
damn it.
don't know.
I think that made me and Noah's top 5 last year.
I know it made one of Austin's lists.
Yeah, Austin hated it. I don't know why. But don't worry, I can't spoil it because I wouldn't even begin to know how to explain it. And that goes for anyone in the chat. Don't spoil it for Robert. He hasn't seen it.
Patty, you there? Deacon St. John to Lost Lake Infirmary. Come back.
Deke. Hey. Feeling a
Booze.
you know. You okay? What's going on?
Boozer. Hey. Nothing. I got tired of listening to that. radio
Boozer, can I
free
lend you a hand?
Take so much of this truth is
Oh,
bullshit,
God.
you know?
Hi guys, what's up? I brought the beer.
Eddie told me.
He's just running
No, I'd
around.
be dead if it weren't for you. Get
Come on.
and I, whatever the fucks, you know.
I'm hit. Open fire. No! Move on him. We got him.
Tyler said that I saw the TV glow put him in a bad mood for the rest of the day. Yeah. Sometimes movies will do that to you.
I mean, it was sad, but I wouldn't go that far.
Boozer,
Yeah, you can watch your favorite pick-me-up movie, Schindler's List.
Hold me down while she fucking whacked away at me.
Oh, that's another good
Or
one.
like The
Melissa,
Mist.
that the Mist is really uplifting.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. You've seen The Mist, right?
I still need to watch it start to finish, but I've seen parts of it and I know what the ending is. So my answer is kind of.
Jesus. My favorite
that-
thing was Noah
How's it
messaging
going?
me like, "I'm watching The
Having a look.
Mist," and I was
Is that
like, "Do you know
okay?
the ending?" And he went, "No." I was like, "Oh boy." Then he messaged, he's like, "What did I just watch?" It was like, "You just watched like Geek."
A movie. No, that movie gets spoiled for me like the week after it comes out. I had a friend who was talking about it and how fucked up the ending was.
We got to make The Fog versus The Mist, Robert.
We do. Ghost Pirates versus whatever those
the hell
Mist monsters
those
are.
are. Whoever wins, we lose.
Patty, you there? Deacon St. John, the Lost Lake Infirmary. I'm back.
Speaking of the Mist and Frank Darabont, we finally got a trailer for the final season of Stranger Things.
Yeah, and like
And he's
75%
directing
of
an
that
episode.
trailer was just footage from
nothing.
older
I,
seasons.
Remember Stranger
Listen to that
Things?
Radio Free Oregon.
No, it's been
You know,
too
it
long
takes so
since
much of
last
this
season.
Truth or bullshit.
That's
you know?
true. Well, and more importantly, we got the release date. So it's basically what I figured, that they'd split it up.
Yeah, they got
Um,
3 release dates.
All in December. So
No, season 1, part 1 is in November. You fucking fraud.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's like November 26th, and then part 2 is a month later, and then part 3 is a week after.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
listen.
because one's like for Christmas and the other is New Year's.
3 release dates is fucking absurd.
Well, it's
Tyler
fine because
says
the
The
finale
Fog
is
is
probably
a
gonna be
better
like 3
film.
hours.
You were incorrect, sir. Yes, the finale is probably going to be like 3 hours long. It's going to be bloated to all hell.
Got you.
And if
I
they
do
kill Steve,
prefer-
we riot.
Need that?
I
So
do
what?
prefer
What were you saying?
splitting up like this and not just doing it weekly.
Eddie told me.
I'm glad they're kind of retaining the binge format.
Fucks, you know.
Just
That you could
release
have
it all
done
when
it
it's
too
done.
long.
It must have been fun.
But John, they gotta draw it out.
Fucking whacked away at me. Remember how
Fucking
Jack
hate
carved
modern
up that
Netflix.
turkey last time we was all together? It kept slipping all over the goddamn table.
Yeah, booze man.
They are everything wrong with the current streaming model.
Still feel it, you know. The knife. Worse than the
That's true.
Rippers.
I'll still take this format over making it weekly.
I mean, yeah, but
I don't know what would have happened.
when your bar is the lowest possible
Well, it's done,
denominator.
Boozer. It's done. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe they're splitting up into 3 separate parts, and Tyler says The Fog is better than The Mist. You are wrong.
Hey, Addie's gonna kill me if she finds out you're at a bad fucking round.
Yeah,
Noah said, "What are you showing me?" when the movie ended. Come on.
Hey, listen, Boozer.
He's a changed man.
Shit.
because fuck you.
Speaking of changed men, sounds like Boozer's doing all right.
Yeah, we just had to chop off his arm.
Right on target.
Tyler asks, why does it take like 3 years to do a season of TV now? I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of reasons for that.
Hey,
The
Ricky,
problem,
I'm
I don't know if he
hearing
means
this
just Stranger
goddamn
Things though, because it's
war zone.
What's
everything now.
going on?
Mhm.
Are any of our
It shouldn't
allies
take 3 years to come out with a
No,
season
I
of
don't
like The
think so.
Last of Us,
Sounds
for
like they're
example.
clearing freaks. Don't worry. Incoming.
Yeah, but the way we make TV now is just so different. Like, they're more like movies
No, I don't
than
think so. Sounds like they're
what
clearing
cheap
freaks.
television
Don't
used to
worry.
be. And in the case of Stranger Things, like, scheduling conflicts are a factor.
COVID, the
Uh,
strikes.
Yeah. I wish it wasn't the norm, but
You do test my patience a little bit when it takes you 10 years to put out 5 seasons of television. That is absurd.
It's not gonna open.
well, and Tyler, the reason why is we give these shows longer production, bigger budgets now.
Now if only the
expectations
writing
are
would
different.
increase along with the breaks.
See,
Oh
asshole.
Jesus!
Depends on the show. Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Oh god! Trying to sneak up on me, you fucking bastards.
Some of it just hiding in the shrubs. Someone's down.
Incoming.
What?
And also, it's like these big studios or streaming services. It's not like they're doing one event show that they can just focus on and put out a season every year. It's like, no, everybody is making way too much,
At last.
which means that every individual show takes longer.
No, or Tyler wants to know if we're seeing any new movies. I mean, I've already seen the new movie that's hit on demand, and that was Sinners. It was peak. Are you going to the theater?
I'd like to go to see Life of Chuck. If it's
Okay.
playing near
Sure,
me
you're gonna
this
say
weekend.
Mission Impossible for the 3rd time.
Oh, I mean, I would.
You know.
It'd be worth it. No, but okay, Life of Chuck though, I think it has like a limited release this weekend, and then it's going wide like the week later for some reason.
I don't understand why.
I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I predict it won't do well. I hope I really like it. I'll go see it. I'm not expecting it to do well.
Yeah.
That's all of them.
It's a weird time to be putting out a movie like that.
I think it'll help. That can't be a high budget flick. And it's
I forget.
neon.
Did you read the short story that's based on?
No. Like, I love King. I have not read a lot of his short stories. I tend to avoid short story collections. I like I like them in theory, but I like longer books where like you have more time with the characters.
Mm.
I don't know, that sounds weird, but Hello, Keton? Keton? Playing
Keaton?
remastered. It's been 2 years. I platinumed this. Yes, this is the remaster. I do like this game a lot. I need like one trophy for the original. I just lost my save file, so I'm gonna platinum this instead.
Yeah, keep on. No. What the hell is he doing? Just
What
running
the
around like that?
fuck?
We were just talking about new movies to go out and see. I probably won't catch Bring Her Back in theaters. I'll probably just wait till streaming for that, but I've heard it's great.
Oh, so you're
Definitely
part of the
curious about
problem.
it. Yeah.
See, Tom Felton is playing. Yeah, how embarrassing.
And then I think 28 Years Later comes out in like a couple weeks, so I'll definitely go
Oh
see
yeah.
that.
I hope that's good. We should do a 28 Days Later thing soon.
Yeah, for sure. I have still never seen 28 Weeks Later.
You not having seen a movie? I'm shocked.
Oh my god.
You should probably watch that before Years drops.
I should.
Too many movies.
I agree,
No,
no.
there's not. There's just
That's no
enough.
problem.
Oh God. Come here.
Gotta stop moving sometime.
Let me murder you.
Let me reload first.
Wait, hold up. Time out. And yeah, Tyler, to your earlier comment, yeah, Tom Felton is going to Broadway or whatever to play Draco Malfoy again.
Dude, he's
Good-
like
good
one
for him.
stop away from being the guy that plays Justin in Turbo.
Ooh.
Am I wrong?
Well, this probably pays better.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he'll be fine, financially speaking. I also think he's like one of the few of those kids to defend Rowling.
Yeah. Well, that's
It
because
is
he
what it
wants to
is.
get paid, because
Yeah.
his career sucks.
Yeah, he was on The Flash.
That's not a good thing, Robert.
Oh.
It was just funny. He went from being in the biggest like young adult franchise of all time to Planet of the Apes to the fucking CW.
Yeah, I like the Rise of Planet of the Apes. That's a good movie.
Yeah. He's decent in it. You can tell why they cast him though.
Oh, totally. I mean, look, if he's been smart with his money, he should be set for life. And anything else is a victory lap, but I don't know. I don't know the man.
I mean, no, I don't care, but I just think it's funny that like you've got some people like the people that played the twins that'll do special appearances and stuff. But if there's somebody that's become the face of those movies, just in terms of not letting them go, it's him. Everyone else has moved on. Tom Felton will play Draco's dad in the remake. I mean, if there's anybody from that original cast that'll show up in there, it'll be him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he could be any Death Eater, really.
Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe has already said, yeah, like, I would play Sirius, but it's not happening.
That would be interesting casting. That's what I haven't thought about.
That's who he would want to play, but it won't happen. J.K. Rowling hates him.
Yeah.
You know, he only had like 30 minutes of screen time for the whole series. As Draco?
Get after him. You got this.
That sounds low, but I mean, it's possible.
That's because people kind of forget this. Draco is a secondary character that only exists to make the protagonist's life miserable. He is a bully. And no, I don't buy that he was just trying to impress his father the whole time. The only reason that he felt any kind of remorse is he didn't want to have to try to kill Dumbledore.
Noah said he's shocked that Rowling's still involved at all. I'm not. She's never gonna let it go.
Nope.
She's also not super involved. I think she's like an executive producer, but yeah, like it's still
She
her
still owns
franchise.
the rights as far as I know, yeah.
Yeah.
No, believe me, I am sure the people at Warner Brothers wish that she would let go. Then they wouldn't have to be associated with her.
Like, please, just we will give you $10 billion to not have to deal with you ever again.
Yeah, you're devaluing the property we're trying to make money from.
Keaton or Keaton in the live chat just said he'd watch a Days Gone series if they made one. I mean, if they brought Sam Witwer back, like, yeah, I'd watch it. I'd be shocked if they made it, given how poorly this game performed.
You're shocked that nobody's tried to force her out? Probably too expensive. It's like Warner Brothers probably doesn't really care, except for the people that like she's driving away from the franchise. But what online?
I'm sure.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm sure Warner Brothers is like, fuck, if we could get like Daniel and Emma in there, that's gonna make us so much for that show.
Nope.
Like, but we can't.
Yeah, no, at
like
this point, she's probably losing them more money than she's making them.
Right.
But is it really worth it to take her to court, try to force her out?
Yeah. That's the thing. They have no they would have no leg to stand on there. It is her. You know, she created it. She wrote it.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus. What just happened?
I'm a camp pioneer and it is a goddamn war zone.
What's going on? Are any of our guys there?
No, I don't think so. Sounds like they're clearing freaks. Don't worry. I'll find this guy. Deacon out.
Where did that Wisconsin accent come from, Deacon?
I died, but I don't understand how. I also really wish this didn't take place at night. I can't see a goddamn thing.
I got a use for you.
Yeah, and I mean, not just Daniel, Emma, and Rupert, but like, think of how many of the original cast won't come back if she's involved. Because I'm sure she's burned more than just those three.
Mm-hmm.
Can use this.
Imagine they cast the original trio to do the epilogue. As we've established, that will never happen. And that wouldn't make any sense, but I mean, that epilogue is already shitty. So why not? What's this collectible, bro? Here it is.
Is it worth it?
Yes.
So as for some video game news, we finally got a trailer for 007 First Light this week, the new James Bond game.
And it's kind of horror connected. The guy that plays him is young Dexter in that prequel series that everyone says is good.
Yeah. Good for him.
Just copy paste the epilogue scene from the movie. I mean, it's unironically better than the epilogue in the book that takes twice as long. No,
But
that is one thing I hope if they get there,
They see me.
they fix some of that awkward shit, especially in the 7th book.
Something's here.
That would require them to get there first, and
yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. We've talked about this, but seeing the new kids playing it, I'm like, I'm old. I'm too old for this.
Yeah. It's weird.
I saw someone. Someone's here. Who's out there?
But was the state of play or whatever it's called this week?
Yeah, it was
Is that when they
yesterday.
dropped
That's
them?
where all the trailers came from. We're also getting a new
Any-
Marvel fighting game.
Oh, that's like brand new.
Yeah. And we got a trailer for Silent Hill F.
Yeah.
The most Japanese name I've ever heard.
Silent Hill F-1.
Yeah. Okay, second, because God, you're gonna have to Google it. I can't remember, but the Marvel fighting game was named something insane.
Let's see. Also, I know the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake's coming out. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I've never played one. I might just start there.
That might not be a bad starting place. Marvel Tokon?
Yes.
The hell?
I take it back. That's the most Japanese sounding.
Men coming! Open fire! Watch out! Down you go!
Yeah, that Spider-Man costume is the choice. But hopefully the game's fun.
They also have turned Iron Man into like a Gundam. I don't know if you saw that.
What you running for?
Bond looks a little like Nathan Drake. Yeah, a little bit.
He does.
The character model for Bond is a choice, but I don't really care.
Yeah, that's not gonna bother me when I'm playing the game. You know what it is? It's the haircut. That's like a very Peter Parker, modern-looking haircut, and that's throwing me off. The rest of the design's fine. He's got the scar on his cheek. That's pretty cool. That's from the books. Yeah, I think... Yeah, none of the movie Bonds have the scar, but that's probably just a practical thing. Like, we don't want to have to deal with fucking makeup and continuity. It's more trouble than it's worth. But for a video game, you can just slap that on and it's there. And Lenny James from The Walking Dead, Morgan is in there, and I was like, wow, was not expecting that. That's cool.
Oh. I didn't realize.
Here you are. Freaks.
Yeah, he's a new. I think he's a new character, but he's supposed to be like Bond's partner or something.
Hell, it could be like a older 00 that's training him, since this is
An origin story.
yeah. Which we've never really done. Like, I know Casino Royale is kind of that, but
It is. People talk about it like it is, but it's really just the first 5 minutes.
yeah.
The rest of the movie's kind of just a normal Bond movie.
Yeah. Well, it's because
I think
it
just-
kind of talks like the whole movie like it is. Because, like, that's his first big 007 mission.
Mhm.
Which is funny because then immediately by Skyfall, the third Craig movie is he's old now.
Yeah.
There is no in between.
Mhm.
And then why is that the like plot point we won't let go of? Is he's old now?
Come on out. Stop moving sometime.
Yeah.
'Cause what is it? Spectre does that too.
Is this all about that bitch got herself?
Well, he keeps
Oh,
retiring.
Jesus.
But
What
Daniel
the
Craig's
fuck?
Bond retires in like 4 of his
I'm a
5
camp
movies.
pioneer, and it is a goddamn war zone.
Damn it.
What's going on? Are any of our guys there?
It's so annoying.
No, I don't think so. Sounds like they're clearing freaks. Don't worry.
Do you have to
I'll
go
find
get
this
that
guy geeking
collectible
out.
again?
Yeah, probably. I need to scavenge the whole place, but I can't fucking see anything.
Might be useful.
Yeah. Well, the Skyfall thing is weird just because, I mean, that movie took 4 years to come out. It's like there is a big gap where you just have to assume, like, okay, a bunch of adventures that we didn't see happened between those two movies.
Which is fine, but like, that's a premise for your last Bond movie with that actor.
Yeah. Well, it's also supposed to be like a rebirth, him finding himself
Well,
again. And Skyfall
admittedly,
is...
part of it is because of what came after, but
Yeah.
it feels like that's like should be the final story you tell with that Bond. Instead, it's just awkwardly halfway through his run, and then like every movie after that is also, well, he's old now.
Well, the problem is the next one, Spectre, is like, oh, Daniel Craig, he doesn't want to keep doing these. These might be the last one. This might be the last one. Let's treat it like that. And then years go by, and okay, we got him back for one more. Now we're doing the end, but for real. So 3 of his movies are like potential endings. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, because he made 5, and like only 3 of them are good.
Yeah. It's a solid run overall.
Yeah. It's better than my favorite Bond, Bronson.
Brosnan.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, Brosnan starts strong, and it's just
Downhill from there.
downhill from
But
there.
I
Even though
like,
I really like that second one.
I don't remember what number it is in his run, but The World Is Not Enough.
That's his third one. I think it's
Yeah.
alright.
Some of that is nostalgia. That was my first Bond movie.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
And first Bond video game. I had it on the PS1. Tyler, why did it take them so long to make those Craig movies? I don't know. Well, I know, was it Quantum of Solace, the most forgettable movie ever made? That was the writer strikes.
Locked.
Yeah, well, it was also rushed out, I think, because of that. So that's just a couple years after Casino Royale. And then after Quantum of Solace, I think they just wanted to take their time, and he went off and was doing other movies.
Yeah, including the excellent Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
He was in that, and Cowboys and Aliens.
Everyone's favorite Daniel Craig film. No,
And
the
then
wild thing
after-
with the Girl with the Dragon Tattoos, did you know that got a sequel here in the States?
What the...
I don't remember
Spider's
which
Web.
I don't remember which
What?
book they adapt, but they did make a second one with none of the original cast.
Yep. Was that the Fede Alvarez movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
that came and went.
That's a weird franchise.
Yeah.
I think it's a complete franchise, like if you watch the Swedish version. Like of the original books. I know there were more books later. But I think of
So
the original.
don't quote me on this
run.
because I don't know a lot about that franchise. I feel like the author died at some point.
Oh,
so
it's one of those.
It depends on how you feel about it. But other
Mhm.
people finished that book trilogy and then kept going. So by the loosest definition, it's never really finished because he didn't finish it. But people took his ideas. Oh Jesus! What the fuck?
I'm a camp pioneer, and it is a goddamn
Why is that a
war zone.
one shot?
What's going on? Are any of our guys there?
Hey, Tone,
No, I don't think so. Sounds like they're clearing freaks.
So depending on how you
don't
define
worry.
it, I mean,
I'll
I
find this
think
guy
he
geeking
didn't
out.
finish it. You can fact check me on that because I'm not 100% convinced on that. But I do know they adapt at least the 3 because, and this is how I know this. The lead actress in them is the woman from Prometheus. The main woman from Prometheus.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I
Oh,
forget the
weird.
name.
So he
Could make
he
something
writes
out of
the original 3 books. All are
Okay.
published after he dies.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. And then there's like almost 10 years later, another writer writes The Girl in the Spider's Web, and then that's the one we made the next movie out of for some reason.
So is the original 3 like a complete trilogy, or did he intend to write more?
I'm not sure. Like
yeah, that's
it's,
insane.
it's
Why would you jump to the 4th book?
So yeah, I think the Swedish mini series like adapted all 3 books.
Okay. I wonder if that
And
third one
then-
has like an ending. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
Bond, where that author wrote a trilogy, and then years later they're like, write some more Bond books, and they're still fucking or not Bond, Bourne.
Bourne,
they're
okay.
Still fucking writing them. No, if you go look, there are more Jason Bourne novels by other people than there are the original author at this point.
That's bringing it back to Harry Potter. That's what makes that situation all the more unique. Back in the day, that doesn't happen. You don't have like a 7-book run where we just adapt them all in order and do all of them. We take that for granted now, but back in the day, that's not the norm. And even when they were first developing it, there was a lot of talk of just taking the first 2 or 3 books and just combining them into one movie, which probably would have been terrible.
I don't know how you do that. Can you imagine how insane like his first year at Hogwarts would be if they combined the first 3?
Yeah, I have no idea
Like,
how you'd even
oh,
approach
you know,
that.
halfway through the year, his teacher turned out to be a mass murderer that killed his parents and wants the Sorcerer's Stone. And then, like, a month after that, you know, he fought a giant basilisk. And then at the end of the year, a mass murderer turned out to be his godfather.
Come on.
All this happened in 1 year.
Come on.
But I mean, going back all the way back to James Bond, you know, Doctor No's the first movie just because that was one of the more recent books. They didn't start at the beginning.
No.
I was looking up Jack Ryan because that's another one I thought. To their credit, they did start with the first. Hunt for
They
Red
did.
October is the first Jack Ryan, and then Patriot Games, and then there's something between that and Clear and Present Danger that I guess they skip, and then Some of All Fears, and then we just kind of stopped at it. But good God, like I didn't know there were over 30 Jack Ryan books.
Oh, yeah. No, Tom Clancy.
He pumped this out.
Tyler says you could combine books 1 and 2 into the story. No. That would. I don't know. Maybe I'm too close to it, but that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, you could. It's just like, but why though?
Yeah.
But I mean, Series of Unfortunate Events that did that. That's the first 3 books as one movie.
That movie sucks.
Something's wrong.
I like that movie fine.
Here we go.
I still gotta watch
I-
the Netflix show.
I should. I'm glad it exists. That's a weird thing where I'm glad it exists. I've also never watched it, but I should.
Yeah. I'm curious. I watched like the pilot. Neil Patrick Harris was pretty good.
Yeah, that seemed like solid casting.
Yeah. Honestly, better than Jim Carrey. I don't know. Jim Carrey is a little too Jim Carrey in that movie.
He's definitely too Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
But I still remember. Like, I haven't gone back to that movie in many years.
It's been a long time. That's a book series I feel like is just kind of forgotten. When they announced that Netflix show, I was like, really?
I'm surprised they finished it because it's Netflix we're talking about. So
I also
glad
have
they
a
did
feeling
all of
because
it, at
that's like a
least.
3-season show. I am, and nobody talks about it. I wonder how rushed it feels.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's kind of like the Avatar Last Airbender Netflix show where they announced seasons 2 and 3 at the same time and are doing them back to back. Where it's like, we're finishing it, don't worry, but we just want to get it done and move on to the next thing.
Tyler says I'm not saying it's a good idea, but it's very similar. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You're missing out on crucial stuff.
Yeah. Well, when that second movie came out, and I think both that and the book don't have the best reputation in that series,
Which
'cause a lot
sucks
of people
because
are like,
I
"Oh,
loved that book.
yeah, I like it. But a lot of the criticism you hear both from the book and the movie is, yeah, it's just kind of the first one again. And for me, it's just not really seeing the forest through the trees. It's just...
I also don't
I
agree.
like how
like
episodic...
the first one is more fantasy. Chamber of Secrets is a horror story.
Yeah, and Harry is put in a more challenging place. I think there's enough growth and things going on there.
But also, if you have to go with him marrying Jenny, like that's her introduction. You need that.
Yeah. Well, and when the series was all done, a common complaint I heard, oh, this could have been a trilogy. This didn't need to be 7. And again, to me, I'm like, yeah, I feel like you're just asking for it to be something different than
I
what
feel
it
like
is.
people who are saying that missed the point.
Yeah.
Part of the problem is that Joanne has admitted that she didn't reread her writing and was making it up as she went. But there is a thematic, like, 7 is a magical number. There's 7 years at Hogwarts, etc. No, having it be 7 books was a great idea. The problem is that everything that feels like she's building on something is either on accident or retconny.
Yeah.
That's one thing you could fix with the show, but I don't trust them. We will see.
And Percy Jackson is what, like 5?
So there's 5 of the original Greek books, 5 of the Heroes of Olympus, which is where the Roman versions get introduced.
Oh shit, what the hell happened here?
And those should have been doable as movies, and then by movie 2 they were already like, yeah,
No,
we're
movie
probably
2
not gonna
jumps
make all
the
these.
shark. Well, they start out in the wrong place of, we have to take these kids who were in the books at like 10 or 11 and age them up to like 20.
Yep.
So you immediately lose that relatableness of, oh, you're growing up with these characters.
Fuel.
And
You know
like,
what should be
all
a...
the
Oh, sorry,
charm and interesting character dynamics from the books are just not in those movies.
Yeah, you know it should be a TV show, but they kept trying as movies for some reason, and even if they announced it, like, I don't know if I'd trust them.
What's that?
Left Behind.
Yeah!
That could be a show. Just do all the books.
The
There's a
problem
lot
is
of
I feel like the only people that would be interested in that, doing that now, are like Christian studios that...
Cheap faith-based studios, yeah.
Yeah. No, because I'm a big fan of those books. Well, I used to be. I haven't read them in like 20 years.
Yeah, I know the first movie did at least have a decent budget behind it. I haven't gone back to it.
I also
It probably doesn't hold up, but it was a decent hit. And then the second movie, which adapts like 2 of the books, was just direct to video or whatever, and I don't remember being great. And then there's a third movie that I never watched that I don't think is based on one of the books. It's just like
They made a
Fuck it.
third
It's-
in that continuity?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Kirk Cameron did 3 of those.
Oof. The only one that I want to see is the Nick Cage one.
Yeah, what a bizarre remake. That was that era of Nick Cage just doing anything anything cheap.
That's why I want to see it. It's got our boy, the finest actor of our age.
Oh, I didn't even know this. Yeah, so the third Left Behind movie ends on a cliffhanger, and then they just
Beautiful.
didn't make more.
Beautiful. Is the third one adapting anything?
The final 2 chapters of the book Tribulation Force, which was the second movie.
Perfect.
God.
A 90-plus minute movie for 2 chapters of a book. Beautiful. That's peak. The funniest thing is because I've seen at least the first movie because I saw it at the library and I was like, oh, I've read these books. And I didn't know anything about Kirk Cameron. I was like, he's not a bad. I think he plays Buck.
Yeah. No, he's not bad casting.
No, it's just apparently he's fucking nutso.
Yep.
When are we gonna start the God's Not Dead channel?
Oh God. I've heard the third movie's the best of them. I've never watched it.
I've never seen any of those.
I've seen the first one, and it's horrible.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude.
Why would you watch that?
It was with my youth group. We all saw that at the theater. I mean, this is over 10 years ago now.
I remember.
God, I was like trying to be polite, but I was not in a good mood after. I was like, that movie sucked. I didn't even know this. So the Nick Cage movie had a sequel almost 10 years later.
What?
Starring Kevin Sorbo.
Beautiful.
So no Nick Cage, unfortunately. I think Kevin Sorbo replacing him.
Lindsay has some folks she was close to.
But yeah, 2023.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know this.
See you
Left
around.
Behind, Rise of the Antichrist.
I
didn't know this existed.
I didn't know this existed either.
Yeah, I was just looking up Left Behind film series, and that was there, and I was like, what?
It also got a spin-off?
Of course
Wait
it
a
did.
minute. No.
When are we starting a Left Behind channel?
This is amazing. So, Vanished, Left Behind, The Next Generation, a spin-off based on the kids' books that you didn't believe me existed, is real. The film was produced by one of the author's grandsons and was well received by the book author. I mean, this poster doesn't exactly fill me with hope, but I remember the Left Behind the kids.
Yeah, I missed out on that spin-off series.
Yeah, Rise of the Antichrist. This poster is beautiful.
I think my mom, I never read them myself, but I think my mom has all the Left Behind books, but I don't think she had the spin-off series.
I read them all for some reason. Nah, I mean...
God, there were 15 of them, at least.
Well, when I was reading them, there was... So there's like 12 in the original main series, and then I know they did like a spin-off trilogy about the Antichrist.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna grab some shut-eye.
What is this Rise of the Antichrist adapting?
I don't think any of them. Or at least, I don't think it's one of the titles.
Alright, okay.
No, that's not one of the titles.
Oh, okay. So it's it kind of is. The third book is Nikolai, the Rise of the Antichrist, but I doubt it sticks very closely to it.
Oh no, they got Neil McDonough for that movie.
Oh yeah, dude, he's in a bunch of those.
I love that actor, but he's in nothing but shit.
What are you talking about? He's in the Chun-Li movie with Kristen Krug.
I do want to see that. Unironically, it sounds funny.
He's in Bison.
I don't know what that is.
That's the character that Raul Julia plays in the '90s movie. We went from Raul Julia to Neil McDonough.
Okay, I mean, hot take. Like, I like Raul and the Addams Family, but like Neil's a great villain actor when he's not in shit.
No, yeah, he's a good.
Thinking about what you were saying about
He's a good
doing
villain
something
actor.
to make a difference around here, pay back the
He's a good voice
Oh.
actor. I mean, he's in tons of
I'm
stuff.
listening. Do you got a few minutes? I want to show
Ah.
you something.
The main villain,
Before
I
just burying
have the
him in the
Wikipedia
dirt.
page up for the first Left Behind, the one with Nick Cage. The main
where we
villain
headed?
of the
You ever been up to the caves north of the lake?
series
I know.
isn't even in the first one.
Of course.
Okay, so there's a guy in here named Han Soto as Edwin, but on Wikipedia I couldn't tell that was a T. I thought it said Han Solo as Edwin, and I was very confused.
Come on. Sure you can keep up. Okay.
That's amazing.
Let's go.
Can you imagine just CGI Harrison Ford as one of the characters?
I would love that.
Tyler wants a Howling 3 review. Is Howling 3 even worth watching?
Stuck in the muck out that way.
Oh God.
When's the last time
Yeah,
you went up there?
one day we'll fall down the
Years, I guess.
howling
That was a boy
rabbit
who
hole.
lived in that
Because
damn
God, there's like 9 of those
man who'd
movies,
fancied himself a
Yeah.
geologist.
and I've heard they're all terrible and have nothing to do with each other. That's a weird franchise.
we got a
Well,
couple.
wait, isn't
Some
3
stuff in
like
the
a
mud,
direct
I mean.
sequel to
Yeah, sounds like.
the first
I
one?
think,
Take care of 'em.
yeah, I think 3 is like a sequel to 1 that ignores 2 or something.
Which sucks, because 2 is peak.
2 is peak.
Hold still.
Nice work. Think Schizo's just found a new man for the job.
You know what Schizo can go do. Anyway, as I was saying, we spent hours talking about how all these caves were formed when lava.
No,
flows
it's
would
talking
harden
about
on the outside,
Kikash-
but the molten
whatever
cores would
that
still flow
stupid-
like buried rivers. You got the big caves that drew in the tourists, like Metolius up there.
Kikassia?
There's way more than
Yeah.
that, riddled all over these parts.
They made me watch that trilogy, and that might be the
Okay,
worst
okay,
night of
look,
my life.
Coming up on the highway, we gotta be quiet.
Oh my God!
What?
There are 40 books in that Left Behind the Kids series.
Yeah, dude. Because they're only like 150 pages.
Jesus
Good lord.
This is why you brought me out here? Smell a bunch of goddamn freaks?
Yeah. Okay.
This guy's an ad.
Come on, follow me.
Wait. Follow him. Where the hell are we going?
You'll see. Come on.
Yeah, dude. No, like, well, because that was, to be fair, with kid, like young adult kids books. That
yeah,
was
that was
kind of
more.
what we did. Like Animorphs is 52,
Just what the hell are we doing?
Good God.
This
And I
doesn't
read
At
that-
least Goosebumps
and
was
that's
an
not even-
anthology.
Drifter.
and that's not even
Hold on,
counting
you're
the
not telling me about
spin-offs.
how the tourists
And I
used
read
to
all of
fly up from
Animorphs like
California
6
in the summer,
times.
Choke off Highway 97 and the I-5 freeway.
Yeah, in July, folks smelled almost.
I
Tyler
mean, yeah,
said
Goosebump
he's-
is anthology,
You
but
weren't
it
wrong about
also
one
has
thing. These freaks, the big groups.
it
the
also
ones
has
that
direct
some call
sequels. Like
hordes.
they made 3
I
of
think
those
they're the reason
Haunting
we can't get
Mask
their numbers
books, and
What do you mean?
Look
Think
at-
about it, man. I've been
Robert,
out
look
here
at
in
that.
Shit collecting bounties for more than a year. Boozer too, Ricky, Schizo.
I
Few
know
others.
they
How many
brought
freaks you think I killed?
Slappy back
Okay.
a lot in the show.
Robert,
I don't know if those are
Goosebumps
all...
can wait a
Those
second.
numbers never go down.
Look at this nightmare.
You got a point?
That what?
These
That's just
hordes.
parade.
Every night there's a steady stream
You-
of
you
them
can
up
take
and
'em.
down the Sandium
I don't
Highway.
think so, Tim.
Thousands of freaks. pouring
Sorry,
into
what were you
the
saying
Lost
about
Lake
Goosebumps?
Valley.
Maybe D could just stop talking.
You think they're coming up from California?
No, I was just saying, I know the show brought back Slappy a lot, but I don't know if those were all based on books.
Freaks are the reason
the
it's closed
puppet.
off. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make.
Or if
Hold
they
up,
just
see
started
how many
making
of those
them.
they made?
Come
Because I feel
every
like
night, not a
I feel like
goddamn
that show
thing
is
you can
pretty
do
good in
stop
only
'em.
adapting the books. And R.L. Stine would bring back villains a lot. He made 3 Monster Blood books.
I just know that Hayden Christensen is in one of those episodes.
Yeah, we need to do a
I know.
Goosebumps stream,
I
dude.
was there. And every horde
Uh,
that comes
Well,
through
if you just
needs a
pull up
few
Goosebumps on
stragglers or
Wikipedia, it
gets
says
busted up and
there are
scatters, and
240
just like
books.
that, freaks everywhere, as far as the
Does
eye
it not
can
have a
see.
list?
Okay, let's see. Original series.
You don't need to see them to know that
Okay,
they're
so
around.
I think that's just
Figure out a
including
way to
spin-offs
stop
and
the
other
hordes
stuff, because the
coming
original
through,
series
maybe we
says
can
it
make some
was
headway, reduce their
62
Make
books.
it safer. Free up more farmland.
But still, that's like from
irrigation.
1992 to
Okay, so how do
1997,
we do that?
and
Yeah.
that's 62 books.
Can't take on
Yeah,
a-
kids
well,
actors back in
whatever
the day
you call
didn't
it,
fuck
a
around.
horde?
What do kids have to read today? Okay.
This is how.
Kids don't read anymore.
I'll be
Yeah.
goddamn. Yeah. They stay in there all day, hibernating or whatever the hell freaks do. So, what are you thinking that we? Yep. Blow it the hell up. Stick it dynamite there, and there. We bring down a mountain of rock. We seal this shit up. Yeah. So we trap a few hundred inside. What good is that gonna do? No, you don't get it. We seal this cave. Maybe they don't got no place to sleep. Or maybe this trail of piss and shit dries out, goes stale, and others stop coming. Yeah. Alright.
I like this plan, Deacon.
Alright. You get my attention. Okay, come on, let's head back.
I don't know if you saw, like I was in like a weird pose and then like glitched
You can keep up.
to his normal self.
Yeah, okay.
Tyler says his favorite was the Horrorland one. I don't think I've read those. I mostly read the main series.
Following them around, seeing what makes them tick.
Goosebumps was a thing I was just more aware of than actually experienced. Kind of like Power Rangers. I think I read like one book and saw a couple episodes of
Fucking
the show.
fraud.
Where they sleep.
I
There
remember
was
seeing
one
Night
cool.
of the Living
riding
Dummy
north of
3 and
Belknap
it's scaring the
Prairie when a
bejesus
chopper
out of
flew
me.
by.
And then my favorite as a kid was the Werewolf of Fever
Just
Swamp.
listen to me. It was a black chopper. One of those Nero choppers
That's
that
not
used
good.
to fly all over the goddamn place when the shit
I remember
was
the
going down.
Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
And you
Whoa,
saw
whoa, whoa,
still
whoa.
fly.
I
The
found
what?
I stole one of their radios. I've been trying to track them down.
The
see if
Cuckoo
they have a
Clock of
base
Doom?
around here. Supplies.
I don't think you could
Shit,
say
and
that.
see if the feds are still alive. You know what I'm saying?
Probably not.
They're out here.
I
doing
read the Mummy
field
one.
work of some kind.
That
I'm
was the one I
afraid
read.
they're studying them.
And I never read or saw the Haunted Mask, but like I remember that VHS cover.
fighting to stay alive.
I've never
I followed
actually
'em up to the
seen the
Grotto
show
Caves.
version,
You know the ones?
but I did
Yeah.
read the book.
They had motion sensors.
Both of them, I
measuring
think.
How many freaks use the cave during the day? And Mike, it was.
I haven't
thousands.
actually seen a lot of the show, but I read a lot of the books.
They said freaks all up and down the Cascade Range, south of.
It would be
Clear Lake
nice
and
if
north
we
up to Smith Rock,
could make a
all
new
use
show
these
and
lava tube caves
just
to
adapted
hibernate.
those again.
So we blow up those
Robert,
caves, maybe
don't
we
you
have a
want
few
the
less to
Disney
deal with.
Plus Goosebumps?
The Prestige miniseries.
It's not a miniseries. They just came out with season 2.
Yeah, but I think it's a different story.
This idea.
Oh,
yours
so
So,
like what
it's
Goosebumps
like-
was?
job like
Yeah,
that.
no, so like
Take
the
a fair amount of
seasons they
TNT
treat as
if you said you
anthology,
wanted
where
help
each
make
season
the
is
lost
its
lake safer,
own
this is
story.
how we do it.
All I know about
And
season
cast.
2 is Ross is in it.
Yeah, David Schwimmer.
Tyler, sounds like all you did was read. I mean, I played video games, but like I read a lot.
Alright, look.
I don't
There's
as
some
much
things I gotta
anymore,
do.
but
Okay, but you meet me at the bridge in a couple of minutes.
And I know the counter argument is like,
I know
well,
where
what
we
the
can find some.
'90s show exists. It's like, yeah, but you could readapt those stories with
I mean,
you know a bigger budget and
I
better
love the
acting.
90s show, but it was also a 90s show on Nickelodeon.
We could do better.
Yes, 'cause they're about
And
that
I
kind of
hate, and
business.
like
See,
the only
Iron
recent
Mike
adaptation
and I
besides
were
that
just
is
heading
the
out on a
movie,
run.
and the movie completely misses the point.
You'll get your ass up that way today, or you and your gimp boyfriend are gonna find yourselves out in the shit. You hear me? Without a goddamn battle.
What was I doing?
Turning
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Goosebumps
St.
into
John
a
out.
kid's comedy is the dumbest thing.
but you don't want to scare the kids.
Fuck that. Scare the shit out of them. It'll be good for them.
Hey, good to see you.
Hey, Blair. How's life?
I'll take one of everything.
Good choice. Yep. Good one.
Good one.
Here you go. Yep. See you around.
Yep. Wow, that lady really gives a shit.
That was a very insightful conversation.
Yeah.
That's the character development we're here to see.
Ride with Iron Mike to Sherman's camp. All right, let's go. Let's go talk to a rock.
Yay! Dwayne Johnson?
Robert, can you smell what the rock is cooking?
I don't want to.
Oh.
Tyler asks, how is Saw X 2 hours? I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard that it takes its time, but is more focused on character.
Well, I guess I just can't leave
Where are we headed?
camp without starting the
This
next
time
mission.
You're gonna have to trust me. Okay, where are we going? You know what they used to mine all around these parts?
I mean, that's not that crazy. Like,
That's right.
it's 2 hours. That's only, like, what, 10, 15 minutes longer than an average Saw movie?
Not so. Back in the early 1900s, cinnabar was worth more than gold. To operate the mine, you need TNT.
Yeah, they're usually well over 90 minutes.
Have you ever seen Saw?
It's because they got a lot of exposition and twists. They need 15
and
minutes to
flashbacks
explain.
Where the hell is that?
And then you got to do the mandatory, like, recap the entire movie at the very end.
Jesus, Mike, what the hell? You told me that you were never setting foot in that place again. Did I? I don't recall. You were drunk right after Joe was killed. Did I tell you why? No.
No.
Here. Turn right here. This is it.
And what separates Saw X from the other ones is that makes Jigsaw the protagonist, so it actually takes its time. It's not just throwing you into the traps at the start.
Other holes will be safe enough.
Nope, you got to get to the traps.
All right.
The movie's peak.
That there? It's the old federal building. That's where we're headed.
Well, this place looks nice.
Let's not go looking for trouble. Stay out of the buildings. Come on. We gotta head over this way.
How do you
Where
feel
are we
about
headed?
old Iron Mike?
Just follow me. Key will be on the commissioner. And
If he dies, I'm not going to be that upset.
His body is? Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I don't hate him, but...
Why do you just hate old people?
If he was played by Michael Rooker,
I'd
I'd find him a lot cooler, I think.
That'll be in the movie.
You were one of them, right?
Hell yeah.
Only two got out. Me and Nora. But it wasn't the freaks that took us out.
Oh, he's talking about his backstory, his tragic backstory.
Of course. It's a zombie apocalypse. Everybody has a tragic backstory.
Oh, good. We just walked into a cutscene. We're safe.
Oh my god. What the hell, Mike? 2 weeks in. The ammo was gone. Two sides called a truce. A meeting. Right here. Oh, we knew what was coming. We knew what was coming and we were prepared.
Why do they call you Iron Mike? What
Fight
kind of name is that?
didn't last long, but
Wait a minute.
it was bad. They had ammunition left after all, and
Okay, Robert, do you know who the voice that actor is that's playing Iron Mike?
oh hell, you can see what they did.
Nope.
He was the first actor to play the Marvel Comics superhero Thor
Like I
in
said,
live action in the made-for-television film The Incredible Hulk
out of
Returns.
this town after
That's
all was
amazing.
done.
Why didn't they get him to play Thor in the Alan Wake games?
Because Alan Wake is peak.
I wish the hell one of them wasn't me.
Well, good for him. He's in a project that
Commissioner's
more people
ordered me to
remember?
get countersuit.
Question mark?
Go get the key so we can get the hell out of here.
He's also Little John in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, cool. That's great. I need to watch that movie again. I haven't seen
Me
it in
too,
a long
it's been
time.
a while.
You brought
I
me
loved it
here.
when I was a kid.
I'm gonna do my
You
best
brought
to
me
catch
here
up on
because
all
you
modern
wanted me to
horror
see
I've missed
this.
out on this
Not true.
weekend.
All right, you got
That
the
sounds
key.
like a big
We're gonna
project.
go get the maps to those mines, just
Yeah,
like I
there's
said.
a lot.
And we're gonna get more than enough TNT to seal every cave in the valley. Bullshit. You are right.
Tyler asked what we're doing tomorrow.
not
Tomorrow
sorry.
we are finishing Ash
Not
vs. Evil
following
Dead
you,
Season
Mike.
2.
I am
Eek.
talking about the war that's coming. With the Rippers. The one that Schizo's so hot for. You think he cares how many die? On either side? Never mind. Come on, let's get this done.
And then next week is our next Friday the 13th. So
Oh yeah, we should throw up a poll.
Place is
yeah, I
so
was gonna
fucking
ask if you
open.
wanted to throw that up like tomorrow or. if you're
And
gonna
I
wait
wanted
for
to
the
ask you
weekend.
this Sunday. Do you want to
on.
do a review
find a way
of
upstairs.
Killer of Killers or
Smells like something died in here.
wait? Is that
Yeah,
the right
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Nudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smell them.
Movie's gonna be
Bad business.
peak.
Never much like kids.
Well, I hope.
Ours tended to get on my
My
nerves.
big
Yeah, do you know-
worry is I
do you know what
don't
time
like
it's
animation.
dropping tomorrow?
Me and my Elizabeth.
No, Austin said it might be 3 a.m. So I
Usually
might
kids.
I might try to
Well,
like
here,
stay
I
up and
thought
watch
you
it.
liked everyone. Almost no one, in fact.
Yeah, I don't love the animation, but if the stories are
Smart-ass
good,
Then I don't
I
care.
can get over it.
Come on.
I mean, I agree, but also the thing with Predator animation is I want to see like sick shit, like stuff you can't really do in live action. Are you gonna be able to do that with shitty looking animation?
Okay. All right, this is it. Now we got maps to every mine in the county showing.
I mean,
where
if it were
the
up to me,
dynamite.
what I think would be cooler
Okay,
is if
come on.
each short had like its own art style to it.
Yep.
That's what I want, but it's also the Predator franchise. I know did not expect much.
Hey, I don't like starting
That
trouble,
they're not
but
gonna throw $100 million at this.
Finish it if I have to.
Stay behind me. Hey, I can take care of myself.
I'm not saying you can't, but remember the last time that we were out in the shit.
Yeah, like I said, I'm staying behind you.
Surprise,
So-
motherfucker!
And Hellraiser 3, you wanted me to do as a blind watch with you, right?
Yeah. It's
So,
not
do
really
you want
a
to
deep
just
movie.
do you want to just do that next week then, after Friday 13th? Just do a double feature with Friday and Hellraiser.
Where the hell you going?
I think Noah wants to.
Sorry, coming.
We'll talk to him about it.
Yeah, if
I also
only he would
don't think-
show up for these streams.
I also don't think he likes Hellraiser 3, so
I
he'll
know,
probably be
that's
like,
why-
nah, guys, that's fine.
I know, that's why I
I'll
want him to
just
do
go.
it. He's wrong about Hellraiser 3. That movie's fun. Notice I didn't say good. But it's the Hellraiser franchise. It's one of the best ones by default.
What do you think is the worst franchise overall in terms of quality? Hellraiser or Halloween?
Hellraiser.
Probably. Like, the problem with most of the Halloween movies are just boring and
Halloween is boring and
bad,
doesn't
but
understand the first movie, but they're still generic slashers.
most of them are, yeah.
Yeah, Hellraiser is. Well, here's a script that we found in a drawer.
Those red boys get busy.
Shove Pinhead into the last 5 minutes.
Doing all the hard work for it.
There are several Hellraiser movies I don't think I ever want to sit through.
Oh, but you will. Because the other thing with Hellraiser is it tries to be psychological horror, but it's like stupid psychological horror, which is worse than a stupid slasher, because typically stupid slashers are either just boring or funny. But I also like Hellraiser, the first one is a better movie than the first Halloween, it just is.
I think that's fair. The first Hellraiser is great. It's just funny that that's a movie that's like about things, and it's a real movie, and knowing what that series devolved into.
Yep, to the point where Clive Barker had his name removed. Hellraiser also commits the biggest sin that I don't think Halloween has yet, is going direct to video.
That's true. I think every Halloween movie has been theatrical.
And like, I don't have a problem with direct to video, except it's Hellraiser. Oh Jesus, this is gonna be bad.
Clive Barker is still alive. That actually surprises me.
He's not that old, dude. Oh shit,
Yeah.
Iron Mike died. It's time to shed a tear.
I see him.
Okay, so he was a producer on the remake. Okay, I didn't know that. Cool.
I wonder, like, if he was actually involved or just they slapped his name on it.
Well, according to this thing I'm reading, it says he regained the rights to it and was a producer on the remake.
That's cool. Because it's weird, the remake is also not a remake, like, it's completely...
Yeah, it's more of a reboot.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know for years he just wanted to do a remake of the first movie with Doug Bradley, just as like an update.
Oh, weird. That doesn't sound that necessary to me.
I wanted it more when I was younger. Now I'm like, eh. Oh god. Turn on XP indicator. It still helped. I don't. What do you mean XP indicator?
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some bad effects in that movie, but the core story and yeah, it's mainly at the end.
When I don't know what the fuck is happening. But yeah, the thing with the Hellraiser sequels as well is, like I said, how Pinhead, like once you get to 5, Pinhead typically doesn't show up until the last 5 minutes and just explains what's happening and leaves.
Get in there.
Finally.
I do like the title of the book, The Hellbound Heart.
I was kind of hoping that remake, the Hulu one, would do that. As a way to.
But a studio's never gonna do that. Yeah.
Nope. There's always that TV show that David Gordon Green is threatening us with. Well, and it's even weirder because with that remake, it is going back to the book for Pinhead, where it's a more feminine Pinhead. But everybody knows Hellraiser.
Jesus, what a mess. Now you know why no one goes into Sherman's camp.
In the live chat, he says, in the settings, it will show up XP when an enemy dies. You can stop shooting at them when it shows.
Oh. I'm not that worried about that, but I'll check it out, thanks. Mike, get on your bike.
Mike, you're my new boozer. I'm gonna call you Boozer now.
Your boozer, Mike. The book is solid.
What about
Austin
the
is right,
Rippers?
though,
Why
that the
you
movie is
wanted
kind of
me
like a
to
final
see
draft.
that shit. No, Deke.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw a bit of myself in you back in the day.
And then I
How's
was
that?
not a fan of the Scarlet
Don't give a
Gospels.
shit. Oh, you care about your friends.
Clive Barker at
Wanna
a
see
point
him die,
hated
but me?
Hellraiser because
Any other goddamn
the
person on the
Weinsteins just
planet? I don't think
dragged
so.
it through the mud to
Herring
make a
will
quick
just
buck,
get
and
you
it
killed.
shows in that book.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that the only sequel he writes?
Not
Yes.
caring will get you killed just as easy. But the good folks of Sherman Camp
No.
will stop
So I'm a
caring
big
about
Clive
anyone
Barker
but
fan. Like, I've read
themselves
quite a
and
few of
their
his
own.
books.
He's gonna
He
kill
is
a
the
man
George
versus
R.R.
some
Martin of
piece
horror.
meat standing between you and what you need.
He has a book series called The Book of Arts, or The Book of Art. The second one came out in 95. You can fact check this. We're still waiting on the third one.
I won't have it.
Alligator.
Actually, I don't think he's written anything recently. I don't know what he's doing.
You know, Skizzo, he wonders why I'm a pacifist. That's what he likes to call me. He thinks I'm gonna get everybody killed.
Well, are you, Mike? Are you gonna get everyone killed?
The freaks aren't gonna be around forever. Now, when they're gone, we're gonna need some folks around here to help pick up the pieces. Hey, look,
He is
hey,
72.
hey, I don't like Carlos and his rippers any more than I like Tucker or Copeland and his goddamn truthers. All right, but here's the thing, Deke. I'm not going out of my way to kill any of them. I've had my share of killing.
Yeah, it looks like the Scarlet Gospels is the last
Even
book
if
that he wrote.
Carlos comes for you,
And that was
How
10
many
years
days
ago.
are you at, and how far you at Horde killed storyline?
My truth will
Hold
hold.
on.
You can bet on that.
Yeah, I was waiting for the cutscene to finish before I asked that. Mission complete. He's full of crap.
We're at 46 Infestation Exterminator. And 777 days gone.
couple months ago, we were up by crazy.
Wait, weren't we just at like 769?
Mike, I ain't gonna bet on
Yes.
that.
How do we jump that many days?
For once,
Fuck
I agree
you.
with Skizzo. The Rippers, they ain't human. Not anymore.
You can never go wrong with a tuna.
It is fascinating how Hellraiser, which is based on a novel, it's really popular work,
Later.
really well regarded film, like what that devolved into, compared to something like the Child's Play franchise, which is just this silly little goofy slasher movie, and then that the writer somehow is able to stick with it. It's just his baby for the rest of it, not counting the remake, like that is just his franchise. And
Makes me
It's one of
wonder
the more
what
consistent
Hellraiser
ones.
could have been if they didn't,
Guess
if
I
the
should,
Weinsteins weren't
go check
involved.
yeah, exactly.
Wake.
Although, I am also shocked, as much as I love it, that Child's Play survived Seed of Chucky.
yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Heard you brought in Shane Riley, but when I went to the shack,
It also,
to question him, he
although
wasn't there.
I think it was probably a
Yeah,
good thing that he
about
was forced
that,
to go
Mike. I
direct
tried
to
to bring him
DVD.
in. I really did, but
Because
he,
that first direct to
well,
DVD,
put up a
was that
hell
one
of a
Curse
fight.
of Chucky?
So he didn't leave me much choice. Mike.
Yes.
That movie's
It's really good.
great.
Mhm.
Remember what I said?
And
Yeah, it's
going
on a lower
direct to
budget, but
video,
he gets to do it
I
whenever
think
he wants.
Yeah, Mike,
forced
I
him to
will-
be like, forced him to kind of go back to its roots and get rid of a lot of the wacky shit. As much as I love the wacky shit,
Yeah. Seed of Chucky is watching money burn on screen.
yes.
And
How
I don't
many
mind that.
hordes- How many hordes have I killed? Probably just the one. We haven't really tackled any hordes because we're not equipped for it yet. Seed of Chucky was my first Child's Play movie.
That's
I was
amazing.
really
I
shocked
remember
when I
hearing
went back
about
to watch the old ones. It's like, these are like sane.
I mean, the first one I'm like aware of growing up is definitely Bride of Chucky. That's a really popular movie. That was just in the 90s, early 2000s.
Which is funny, like, because everybody loves that one but hates Seed of Chucky. But all the signs are there in Bride.
Yeah. Yeah, we see where we're going.
And I also like the only Child's Play movie that I think kind of sucks is 3, because it feels like nobody wanted to make it. He also
It's
just
not
started this game recently on
about
PC,
that,
and he's
Mike,
in
I
the
tried to
Tucker
bring him
camp.
in. I
Nice.
really did,
Oh,
but
cool.
he, well, bit of a hell of a fight.
It's a good
so
game.
he didn't leave me much choice, Mike. He didn't.
Even Child's Play 3, though, it's not, like, unwatchable. Like, it has
No, it's just kind
moments.
of boring at points.
Yeah, Mike, I remember.
It does have one of my favorite Chucky moments, though, where he's taunting, not Alex, or not Vincent? What's that kid's name?
Andy?
Andy. I think the actor's like Vincent or something, where he's taunting, like, not Andy. He's like, that's right, Andy. Chucky's gonna be a bro. Like,
That
I don't
series-
think you could say that.
Chucky, you know, I can let the murdering slide, but this is where you've gone too far.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
I mean, I
Son of a bitch.
I do feel like that
True.
is the standard at times.
Someone's trapped.
That series is like a weird parallel with the Phantasm franchise of all things,
Oh.
where that
I've only seen
also
the first one.
it's the only one I've seen. I like it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's not bad.
Ricky, what's going on?
I don't know what's happening by the end, but it's neat. But Phantasm, because I don't know if you know this, that's another like very
You know where he is?
creator-driven franchise. For I think the first 4 movies, it's the same guy making those, and then he like dies or something, and they make one more that I heard was a mistake.
You were saying?
Yes,
Yeah, I've heard
But
5
it-
isn't very good.
At the old boat launch.
But anyway, the kid in the first one, that character is recast as an adult in one of the sequels. And then they bring the original kid actor back for the later sequels when he's actually grown up in real life. So it's just this weird outlier in the middle where
That
this
is-
kid's played by a different actor.
And Child's Play also has a connection to Hellraiser.
In that they
Uh,
both go direct to video.
no, the dad from Hellraiser is the barber in Child's Play.
Oh
3.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've talked about this. That's such a different performance. Like that's so weird.
It's
that's
an
funny.
insane performance. Which is why I can't take anybody seriously when they're like, oh, you know, Seed of Chucky was too much, it was too crazy. Did you see
Yeah.
the other movies?
Deacon, you there?
We went full comedy by 3.
I got this. Hang
The
on.
seed isn't the
There's a
start of
guy
that.
out here. I know of a camp where it's safe. What camp? It's a camp? Where?
Where? There's a camp?
Show me. I'll go.
Okay,
If
calm
you
down,
shut
dude.
up for a minute, I'll tell you.
Peaceful Lake. Mark Copeland. It's safe there. Oh man. Thank you. I was done for. Holy
He
shit.
is as out of breath
I was
as
a goner,
Owen
you
Wilson
know?
in that scene in The Haunting.
At least this guy has an excuse. There were zombies.
Thank you.
That's true.
Owen Wilson is just scared of Liam Neeson.
They know who I am.
That scene goes on a really long time, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, I would also be scared of Liam Neeson. He has a particular set of skills.
Swing by the camp.
That is
when
true.
jobs come up.
Ricky, yeah. Okay.
That's also funny though with Child's Play to Hellraiser, where when Child's Play goes to direct to video, it gets better. Hellraiser does not, according to Reputation.
Child's Bride of Chucky also directly references Hellraiser.
You got a job for me?
You've seen that one, right?
Deacon out.
Which one?
Bride of Chucky.
Right. Yeah.
At the
Where does it
beginning,
reference?
he kills the uncle or the abusive uncle or dad or whoever, with a nail gun to the face, and then he goes, this looks familiar.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like the first meta. That's the post-Scream Chucky movie. So there's a lot of meta jokes.
And then, Seed of Chucky. I don't know if it's meta. I don't know if like reality exists in that movie.
It's transcendent.
I'm so glad that the show brings a lot of that stuff back.
Yeah, I still gotta catch up on it. I've seen all the movies in the first season.
I've seen the first 2 seasons. I just gotta see 3.
I'm guessing you got another job.
But I'm kind of having that Ash vs. Evil Dead was
I'll
like,
swing by, deacon out.
it got canceled. I don't know if I want to finish it.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I hope he gets a movie to wrap it up.
Just make one more. Brad Dourif's getting old. He's talking about retiring. Just do one more.
That is one thing I have with the show is the creator wants to do a lot of like flashbacks. But obviously Brad Dourif is too old, so they just get his daughter, and it's really bad.
Well, I think she plays him, but like he dubs over that.
No, he does, and you can tell. But it's also a 40-year-old. It's also a 40-year-old woman playing a 20-year-old man.
Yeah.
But it's also funny because it's not just her, because they have Jennifer or
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Sorry, because there's Tiffany, but Jennifer Tilly also exists in this universe. But the flashbacks are her and Chucky and Tiffany's story, and Jennifer Tilly also just dubs over that actress. It's beautiful.
Those are the choices where like no one else. That is not a studio choice.
No. I'm amazed they got away with it.
Yeah, that's when you know, this whole franchise is written by the same guy, because he gets to do wacky shit like that.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it's Curse of Chucky goes direct to video, and it's really good. Hellraiser's like the poster child when people think of bad direct to video horror sequels. Because there are plenty of good ones. Those early Tremors movies people like.
No, Leprechaun is pretty solid, consistently solid. Like, I give Leprechaun 4 shit, but it is actually pretty decent. I just don't agree that it's better than Jason X, but... I think I have to repair my bike. It's getting there. And I need fuel, too.
And there are so many I still haven't seen. Like, Puppet Master starts direct-to-video, right? That's like...
Maybe, because I know that's a real low-budget studio. I've only seen the first one, and I thought, I'm going to be honest. Oh, Jesus!
Oh, Jesus! God damn. Holy Jesus, jumping Christmas shit. Holy Jesus.
God, that scared me. I'm going to be honest, I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I know I know Jay loves them, but maybe I'm just too old at this point. Like, if I'd seen them younger, I probably would have loved them. But I feel like that is a direct to DVD, just because, or direct to video, because that's a very like notoriously cheap studio.
And then they get even cheaper later, if you can believe it.
If you can believe it.
Tyler says Leprechaun 3 is the best of the series. I can't comment on that. I've only seen the first one.
I've only seen Leprechaun 3 once. It is up there. I have a soft spot for the first one.
The first one's good.
Two is fine, but it is also the one that establishes like we don't give a shit about continuity. Because I'm not convinced that Leprechaun is the same Leprechaun from the first one.
Oh, Tyler, I don't know where you find them. I'm not surprised Puppet Master and Leprechaun don't have big releases over there.
I don't know what you want us to tell you. We're not, like, we don't know what...
Search the internet.
Yeah.
See what comes up.
They're relatively easy to find here, but
Me
we
again.
can't advise you on a place that we don't live.
I took Boozer into the Lost Lake.
Child's Play, we got lucky
No, I
that we
told
got
you I
all
was gonna
those
go back
movies
there without
on
Mike threatening to
one
break my
Blu-ray
neck.
together.
Didn't have
That
a
first movie, I think, is a
choice.
different
And
studio.
Boozer-
The direct-to-video movies.
Boozer was gonna die.
Is it? I thought those were all
he still
Universal.
didn't want to go. Hell, I didn't want to go. But
No, I think the first one's
like I said,
Orion.
didn't have a choice. Neither
Oh,
of
you know
us
what?
did,
You might be
so it
right,
didn't
but
matter.
Orion's dead.
He lost
Well, kind
an
of.
arm
It's
and
come
leg,
back.
and now he's stuck.
Yeah, I think
They're kind of around.
We're stuck.
I think Universal owns all of them now.
Damn schizo. You know,
Yeah,
can't
but
believe
what I
I
think
told you
Orion
about
put out
this
that
fool,
remake.
but he's the kind of asshole that's glad all
Did
this
they?
shit went down. He says he
My
was,
favorite thing is if you
gangbanging
just Google
in
Child's
Sacramento
Play.
and Fresno. I don't
You know how
know, but
Google
he
will
says
list like
not
the
from around
cast?
here, and he's not.
Mhm.
Claims he's
Alex
dealing
Vincent
drugs
is
and
Andy,
guns from
right?
California,
Brad
Oregon,
Dourif
and
is
everything but
Chucky.
hell. And you know what?
Aubrey Plaza
I think
is
he's full of
Karen
shit.
Barkley.
To me, he kind of looks like a frat boy. Like he's
Wrong
on the
Child's
bus
Play,
packing
Google.
sodas at a mini mart or no, man.
Who owns
He would have had a cushy
Chucky?
job at his old man's accounting.
Okay,
firm,
so
making
the
copies
first
and
movie
getting
was
one
United
$1
Artists,
coffee, you know, making more
and then the
than
remake
ever made
United
in a week.
Artists does
You know,
with
the day
Orion.
that Boozer and
Okay,
I used to
that's why I
play
had
before
Orion
we rode out of
in my
Lost
head.
Lake for good. We used to call it.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so it
Orion's
says
still
MGM.
around.
MGM
You
owns
know,
the
we got
rights to the
someone
original
try to guess
movie.
who they were before the shit went down. You know,
And I think that's why they
I
shift
met a
to
few
being
drug
Chucky
addicts,
movies
a lot of ex-cons.
instead
Oh,
of
yeah,
Child's
probably.
Play.
So that makes sense if you think about it. First couple of weeks after the shit went down, I mean, Jesus, that was a freak show. There's no way some accountant or pencil pusher lived through that shit. So I don't know, maybe Schizo's telling the truth.
Because it was originally going to be Bride of Chucky. Was originally going to be Child's Play 4: The Return of Chucky.
Anyway,
Thank God they didn't do
Boozer and I
that.
wanted to head north and get away
Yeah.
from all this shit, but that ain't happening.
But I
anytime
think there
soon.
is like a
It
discrepancy in
happened
like
never.
the
Hey,
like merchandise and stuff too.
on the
Like
bright side,
if you look up like
looks like
Chucky
you're,
Funko Pops, they're
still
all
kicking.
like Child's Play 2 on.
okay.
There's not as
Well-
much Child's Play 1 merchandise.
Well, and that's consistent with because the only one that has a complete collection that I'm aware of right now is Scream Factory, at least on 4K. Because the Arrow Blu-ray doesn't come with the first movie.
No, weird, but that makes sense.
Now that you mention it, because I was like, oh, maybe I'll hold off and get the Arrow one because it's a set instead. Because the Scream Factories are just individual releases. And then I saw that it doesn't come with the first movie, and I was like, oh, I'll just get the Scream Factory ones. Or there's something with that Scream Factory one. No, I mean, like, where did you get, like, Hellraiser and Child's Play? Because they just don't exist. I mean, I have Hellraiser... Well, but that's what I'm saying, Tyler, is I can't really tell you where to get them because I don't know, like...
Use this.
I mean, if you're looking for them physically, you gotta find region-free copies.
Well, I mean, any 4K is
they-
region-free.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Because, like, that Dawn of the Dead set that I have is technically region B, but 4Ks are region-free, so it doesn't matter. I just can't watch the Blu-rays that come with it.
Oh, okay.
Same
Yeah.
with the Hellraiser set that I have. That's right. I have the first 4 Hellraisers on 4K, and I only like 3 of them. Well, 2 of them. 4. I give 4 a pass because it's a studio meddled with film.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Tyler,
Because
if you have a 4K player, like for Chucky, there is a 7-movie Chucky collection that's on 4K, so it's region free. So
that's the
you
thing,
get that on
Tyler, is
Amazon.
all I can tell you is Amazon, but you have a different Amazon than we do. You could also just stop being Australian, I guess. Like, I mean, alright, we are fueled up. We are... Let's go see your favorite
Oh
character.
God.
What?
The fuck is this?
The fuck is what?
Oh, okay, this must be what you have. But it's got a different cover art, so that's what threw me off. I'm just looking at another Arrow release of that Hellraiser set you have. Is yours called Hellraiser Tetralogy? What the fuck is a tetralogy?
Send me a photo.
Yeah, but it's the same movies. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Send me a photo.
Yeah.
John just
But
telling me to move. I mean, that's all I can tell you. Like,
like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think yours has different cover art. But yeah, this is still.
Well, the reason I'm curious is
Arrow
because
4K.
the box that I have, they did do 2 releases of. They did a Pinhead cover and a Chatterer cover.
Oh, gotcha. I just didn't know what
the fuck is
is.
this?
Yeah, like, so I guess this is like the foreign or region-free release, but like, what the hell is a tetralogy?
I don't know. Because the one that I have doesn't come with cases like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I could type on my phone. Because they've done a few. Like, they had a Scarlet, like a Scarlet box collection. Yeah, mine is called the Quartet of Torment, which makes much more sense as a title. Yeah, I've never seen that one. I do like that one though, because it's got all the original posters. This is what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's the one I've seen before.
Tyler says he thinks they could have a limited edition. I mean, it probably is a limited edition. What really pisses me off is they announced that and then just a English version or like a UK version, so I imported it, and then like 2 months later they announced the American version. Like, oh, fuck off. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Coming through. Need gas yet. And I've only watched the first one on 4K. Because I'm in the minority that doesn't really like 2. I may have watched 3, but I usually just watch 3 like on digital, or like on my TV or on my computer. I mean, like I liked 3, but it's also like a cheap horror movie. I doubt you'd get much out of a 4K transfer. Are you excited to finally watch Hellraiser 2?
No, 2 and 3. I'm looking forward to watching more from that franchise.
One of these days I'm gonna make you and Noah watch 9 because I hate myself.
Oh.
Are you ready for found footage Hellraiser?
No.
Hellraiser 9's Pinhead should be studied as one of the biggest like downgrades in all of cinematic history. To the point, I'm pretty sure they had to get a separate guy to dub him so that he would sound intimidating. But it's been a minute since I've looked into it because I don't care. That movie is so bad that even Doug Bradley, who did the first 8, mind you, went, nope. Tyler likes Hellraiser 2. I mean, most people do. I never have. I would kill for a AAA like Hellraiser horror game though. Oh, you know what we haven't talked about? I don't know if you even know this. Dead by Daylight apparently lost the Hellraiser license.
Oh, I don't think that's the first time that's happened, so that wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, the only other thing that I know of is just when they lost the Stranger Things thing temporarily.
Yeah.
But it just makes me wonder if there's plans. Because we're seeing like some of these 80s properties trying to do their own thing now. How sick would it be if that next Retro Realms game is Hellraiser?
That would be awesome. Apparently, Hellraiser 3 is like really hard to find on Blu-ray unless you get that expensive collection. So I might have to rent that for a show.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I don't think that's not a well-collected movie as far as I know.
Yeah, weird. Even 2 has a Arrow release on its own.
Yeah, the only Arrow releases that I can oh god, that I know of for 2 or for 3. Let me move! Fucker? Yeah, are the like box sets that they do. Honestly, even Hellraiser 1, I'm surprised, doesn't really get a lot of releases outside of the like premium companies.
Yeah, there's the Arrow release, and because I don't own Hellraiser at all, it's something I need to. But yeah, there's the Arrow release and a cheap $8 Blu-ray. I should get that Arrow. I should get that Arrow Blu-ray.
You should just get the box set.
Or scrap.
Just
I don't know if I could justify that price.
Just collect all 10 Hellraiser films.
I can get the remake of The Last House on the Left for $8, the unrated edition.
That is a movie I do want to go back to because I don't think the original is very good. Hot take, I guess, but you dirty son of a... Yeah, I finally watched the original when I was going through all of Wes Craven's movies, and I was like, this is kind of like just a miserable watch, but not in like an interesting way. It's just, you had no money and you're making this exploitative shit.
But it made money.
Oh, you know what we could add to our list is I Spit on Your Grave.
We could. Doesn't sound like a very YouTube-friendly movie, but we could.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen the remake. I liked the remake well enough. It goes places, though.
Open up.
And then I tried to watch the sequel, but there's a scene in the sequel where a guy starts pissing on the main character. It's like, I'm out. I'm good.
Nope. I don't need to see that.
How's it going, brother?
There are just some things you don't need to see.
I don't know about you, but I could use a hand.
Get it?
You lay down.
So funny.
Yes, ma'am.
We can't have visitors just yet, but I could really use a hand.
Okay, I'll see you later.
I'll be here. Hey, Doc, seriously though, will I be able to play piano after all this is over?
Very funny, William. Lay down.
Okay.
Boozer's doing what he does best. Just laying down.
Boozer, you
As you can
useless
see,
son
he's
of a
gonna be just
bitch.
fine. His fever's completely gone.
Good, that's good. All right, well, I gotta go take care of some
Deacon,
shit.
like I said before, William really does owe you his life.
Boozer doesn't owe me shit. I owe him.
Hey, I saved 2 more. Eddie and Mia would have died without those antibiotics. I just thought you should know.
I'm like a hero. And so humble. And brothers in arm. Ha, ha, ha. Like that
game is
farewell
fun,
to
man.
arm joke.
Hey, we got
Seems
Boozer's
like he's,
shotgun.
getting better.
The boomstick. We finally got it.
Robert, I think we need a nap.
Yeah. I think you need to get out of the snow.
Where the hell? Oh, we're still in a mission, so nope, no nap for us.
Oh.
But no, that is one thing I like about this game is like the dynamic weather system.
Yeah, it's some good variety.
Ah, Jesus. Where are you taking me? Damn it.
Bike's possessed. Lost control.
It's like in Harry Potter when the broom is hexed. That never comes back.
It would be amazing if Deacon was saying that out loud right now.
Damn, it's like really coming down. At least it looks like the street is all snowy, doesn't it?
I want to build a snowman.
So what are some other, like, in your opinion, forgotten horror franchises that need to come back?
Oh god. That's a good question. Need to come back. That's... hard to say.
Oh, Jesus.
Talked about Puppet Master earlier, but
mean,
like,
that
those might be still be going. If they are, I don't know who's watching them.
I think you are.
Yeah.
No,
Tremors, they
I
keep
think,
trying to reboot.
I think with Puppet Master, just real quick, those have been the last at least one that I saw was a Shudder exclusive. And I'm sure there's people on Shudder that are like, oh yeah, I'll watch this. I love horror, but you have to admit, us horror fans don't often have the highest of standards.
That's true. The one for me, the big one, that's kind of
It's
insane.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, well, they're still trying. We also are in kind of a renaissance for Alien and Predator right now. Like, those looked dead several years ago. Like, they had too many failures.
Predator.
But especially Predator. But they're back. So, maybe they'll cross over again. I don't know.
I want what they that guy pitched, where him and Fede work together and make an AVP movie.
Why am I here?
Yep.
I show Hilo incoming to that location now. Be ready. O'Brien out.
That's why I'm here.
And yeah, Tyler, that's what I was gonna mention. Was what I want is a Creature from the Black Lagoon remake that has somehow been in development hell for decades. But I'm worried that when it finally gets made, it's gonna suck because right now James Wan's attached to it.
Yeah, I get it.
It'll be, but Robert, it'll be about trauma.
I don't want a Blumhouse Creature from the Black Lagoon remake.
You don't want Peak?
We could have had a John Carpenter one 30 years ago, and it would have been awesome.
Can't let him see me. Got it.
LZ secure?
O'Brien, the trackers.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hi.
How did I get away with that?
I don't know.
Civilian, I am not going to ask you again.
But he can see me through the doorway. Okay.
And obviously, we riff on the Gillman a lot. Like, there's a lot of Gillman types of characters in fiction, but just a straight up Creature from the Black Lagoon remake reboot. Yeah, it's weird that that's never happened.
No, that's always my thing with properties. Because like, yeah, you have Shape of Water or whatever, and people with Harry Potter are always like, well, just there's other young adult fantasy books, but I care about this specific lore and characters. The Walmart version isn't gonna do me any good. And I love The Shape of Water. I think it's amazing. It's not Creature of the Black Lagoon.
But yeah, it's a different thing. And then Tyler just mentioned Mummy. Yeah.
But we already
crashed and burned. But we got a new one coming out.
We already got the peak Mummy movie. It came out in 2017.
No, we got it in the 90s, John.
No, that movie's worse than Twilight.
Oh. Okay, that's a good example of a franchise that's actually kind of dead or forgotten. Is Hills Have Eyes? If they remade it, I haven't seen any Hills Have Eyes picture. I don't know if that remake's
really
good. Yeah, it's on our list.
I don't know if it is. I personally love the remake. From what I remember, it's pretty 1-to-1. It's just able to go further than West could in the 70s. The original is also really good.
We could be friends now,
what?
can't we?
Are there any sequels, or is it just the original and the remake?
No. So he makes a sequel.
Oh, okay.
It sucks.
Oh.
You'll have to look it up, but there's a whole thing. He was making Nightmare at the time. So like that movie he didn't really care, but he threw something together. And like, it got... The only thing I can remember now is the dog has like flashbacks because they have to pad out the runtime. Because it's insane. So they made The Hills Have Eyes and The Hills Have Eyes 2, and then they remade The Hills Have Eyes, and then that remake gets a sequel, but the sequel to the remake has nothing to do with the original The Hills Have Eyes 2.
Yeah, that checks out.
And it might be better, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
Well, and I'm just going off of marketing. Like, they had very like Saw-looking posters. Like, they're very informed by the success of that.
That's Alexander Aja, who did the Piranha movie remake.
Oh, cool. We will be covering that soon.
Yeah.
And Crawl, which I've heard is good.
I've also heard is good. I've not seen that. I've only seen The Hills Have Eyes, Piranha. Was it Piranha 3D? And God damn it!
Mm-hmm.
And he makes a French movie called High Tension that is really good, from what I remember.
Gotcha. But yeah, I think Hills of Eyes is good. I mean, I remember when that remake was coming out. Like I said, I remember the marketing for it.
I saw it in theaters, and like 14-year-old me was like, "Holy shit!" Or however old I was at the time.
But that currently feels dead. Like, I don't know who's asking for it. I don't know how even known those are. Like, people in 2025, how many know or watch those? I'm not sure. Nobody talks about them right now.
I don't need another one. Like,
yeah, sure.
That one doesn't have like franchise legs, like something like Nightmare.
Or Jason.
It also doesn't help that the Wrong Turn movies are kind of like Hills Have Eyes at Home, and they made like 10 of those.
That's true.
The first one has Eliza Dushku.
South of Belknap Crater.
Oh, cool.
Some areas of the Belknap Wilderness were not surveyed due to the proximity of nesting sites to human encampments.
Don't mind me just hiding in the dumpster.
Can't see.
You can't see me.
Salome. On Herod's birthday, she danced before them, whereupon he promised with an oath to give
But yeah, it's hard to think of like forgotten franchises because to be a franchise in the first place, you're typically coming off of like a successful hit film.
This isn't a franchise, but I would like to see someone else take a crack at I think it's called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It is a 70s TV movie, and Del Toro produced a remake in like 2011 that sucks ass.
Finding time to read.
No.
Okay, now I just gotta get the hell
I thought you were talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark? I thought we were back on the 90s.
No, look it up. I think it's called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. It's unsettling.
Are you surprised we haven't brought back Tales of the Crypt, or do you think that's going to be left behind as it's primarily a 90s thing?
After the last time they tried, I'm glad they haven't. We almost got M. Night Shyamalan's Tales from the Crypt. That ran into like a rights issue. There's a rights issue somewhere with that, so I'm not surprised we haven't after that fell
Brian,
through.
are you there?
But it'd be nice. But the problem is like I look at the Twilight Zone, and we just went to a big name in horror and counted on him, and it sucked.
Boy, O'Brien.
I'm afraid they do the same thing for Tales.
Yeah, Twilight Zone is something we keep trying to revive, and sometimes it lasts off of name recognition, but none of those are remembered super fondly. And then,
How's the arm?
Just thank God we didn't get fucking M. Night Shyamalan's Tales from the Crypt.
But then what is forgotten is that 70s Tales from the Crypt movie. That feels so disconnected and different from the 90s show, and it's really good.
I want to see it. I need to see more Tales
really
from
creepy.
the Crypt.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of
peak.
The most jarring thing about the 70s one is the Crypt Keeper. Like, he's just an old guy. And you're like, where's the puppet? Why does he talk in a funny voice?
No, it is just kind of
Who is
interesting
this guy?
how, like, Tales from the Crypt is kind of just one thing, and then that show reinvents it, and that's what everyone thinks of now.
Mm-hmm. So, one I was going to bring up as a potentially dead or forgotten franchise that I thought of was Slumber Party Massacre, but I guess there was a 2021 remake
Yeah,
that I hadn't heard
I think
of.
that just got a remake. I haven't seen it. I think I've seen the original.
The original's good, and remembered, that's the thing, like...
No, why?
But that's one where I think people just know the first movie. The sequels are more of an oddity.
Well, you say that. Scream Factory did a 4K, but it's a 2-pack. It comes with a copy of 2 as well.
Oh, cool.
And I meant to buy it, and then I just never got around to it. If I haven't seen it, I'd like to. It sounds good. I don't know anything about that remake. Isn't that a Shudder movie?
It said sci-fi.
Oh no! No! Wait!
Yeah, Tyler, I'd love a remake of Phantom of the Opera that just goes back to the book, because we never do that. There's a lot of Phantom of the Opera movies, but most of them are very weird.
The only one of those that I care about seeing is the Robert Englund one. Because they sell it really hard on, we got Freddy.
Yep. And then that's another good one, Tyler, is House of Wax. That's on our list, I think. I'd love to see that remake.
I don't know if you'll ever bring that back. That remake is solid.
And yeah, that one. There'll probably be another remake, or just give it another 10 years. I'm sure that'll happen.
Yeah, except it'll be the Blumhouse one.
Yeah.
Mare.
Oh, I guess there was a prequel in the works to the 2005 House of Wax, but it didn't materialize.
Oh, Jesus.
We need him alive.
Alive? Oh, come on. No. Why?
Before he ran, he stole 2 bags of seed. Deke, we need those seeds.
Ah, shit.
We need to know where he sold them or stashed them.
You're making my day a lot more
And
complicated.
we just
Okay,
got a
fine.
trailer
I'll
this
chase
week
him
for
down, keep
Guillermo
an
del
out.
Toro's Frankenstein, and I think it looks
I
pretty
haven't
good.
watched the trailer yet, but I mean, I'll watch it.
It looks like it's sticking closer to the book,
Oh, shit, there he is.
which surprised me. I'm sure there'll be some major changes, but
I just hope he keeps
down for
the brother and sister no more.
Why did they do that?
Because fuck you. Yeah, we'll see. Weird thing with Del Toro, where I like him, I like his work a lot, but I also find he's kind of a shitty adapter of things.
Just making this harder.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I don't, this is a big classic he's tackling. I also don't know how many of his movies are just doing a book.
Because you've got the 2 Hellboys. There's something else that he directed that's an adaptation of a book. I can't remember.
Come on. No.
Well, and then you find out about some of the
Yeah.
stuff that like he almost made, like that In the Mouth of Madness or whatever.
That's true. Well, and I it's kind of a blind spot for me. There's a lot more Del Toro I still need to see, like Pan's
There's quite a
Labyrinth,
few Del Toro
movies like that.
That I need to give another shot because I thought it was going to be one thing and I was
How's it
disappointed
going,
when it was
Lynch, man?
another.
What, is the camp not feeding you well enough? Fuck you. Thought you just
But
killed
he
a
made
couple
the
guys
best
right
Blade
off of the
movie.
Shit. Don't matter if a bunch of folks here die of starvation because you
Yeah,
got
Blade
what
2's
you
great.
need, right? Get off of me, you son of a bitch! Hey, listen to me.
What?
His
I'm not
Pinocchio
on
movie
you.
was alright.
Tell them where you stash the seeds. Maybe they'll just shoot you, instead of hanging you slow. What do you think about that?
My favorite Del Toro movie is either Shape
Okay,
of Water or
man, suit
Pacific
yourself.
Rim. I think Pacific Rim is awesome.
Pacific Rim's fun.
Hey, Ricky, I got him, and I'll send you his position. Send someone out here to pick him up.
Let's go back.
Does he have the
I want to go back to one of the camps because I might accidentally trigger a mission and I don't really want to do that. Just want to find some place to sleep.
You think that'll be a good place to wrap it up?
Yeah, because you're going to start bitching at me here soon.
Yep.
seeds on his bike?
No, I didn't see him.
All right. We'll bring him in. Lost Lake out.
See you, Lynch, man.
You just see a bunch of zombies just tear him apart. Whoops.
Well, not my
Well.
problem.
You're just crying over spilled milk.
What is Tyler talking about in the chat?
I think he was talking about that House of Wax prequel I was talking about, where you just said, thank God. Like, what would that have even been? I don't know.
I mean,
I still need to see that remake.
okay, this might be a hot take. House of Wax is not some sacred piece of art that you can ruin with a prequel. Who cares? And I like that prequel. It is kind of funny that both both two leads of Supernatural kind of toyed with the horror remake genre around that time. I'm just trying to feel up and then I'm leaving. Leave me alone.
They were waiting for me.
Oh god. Tyler asked what Saw movies I've seen. I've seen the first 4. I think
Yes.
that sounds right.
Yeah, because the last one was with the cop, and we wrapped up everyone's favorite Wahlberg story.
Yeah. That's the most drawn out, unnecessary subplot in franchise history.
Just wait. 7 is gonna pay off something from the first movie. Ah, Jesus. Okay, first of all,
This is
rude.
fine. It's fine. Just let me go.
Let me go, let me go, let me go. Oh, God.
You know, if we never hit it on the wheel, we
You
probably
send some
should
men
try
to
to
go
do
out
that
and
House
get
of Wax remake this year, because it is the 20th anniversary.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Evidently, our guys got to him just before a swarm. They offered to leave him where he was if you didn't tell him where the seeds were.
Are you excited to see Saw 5, Robert?
I am excited.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which one Saw 5 is, and I can't.
I know. See you, Ricky.
Because I know 6 is the insurance one. 4 I
Oh,
remember
is 6
because
the...
6 is
six
the
the baseball
backwards
hat one?
cap. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, it's peak.
What the hell? Someone's trapped?
Leave him, Deacon. It doesn't matter.
No, it does. You get money and shit.
Ugh.
Haven't you ever played video games?
Why do you have to save these people?
Because they pay me for it.
Oh.
Little bounties.
Plus, I take their ears and I sell them later.
You're gonna be okay. You wanna die out here? Look, there's a camp.
You're gonna be okay. You want to die out here?
Where? I'll go.
I love how all these people you save, like, vaguely look the same. There's just some slightly different hair or beard.
At the Lost Lake, ask for Ricky Patel. She'll take you in. Thank you so much. I thought I was gonna die in there. Tell them it was Deacon. They'll know. Don't stop.
Tell him it was me.
Tell them to pay me.
Tyler asks if Saw 5 is the glass one, or is that 4? I don't know what that means.
That's so vague, I couldn't even possibly begin to tell you.
I can't recall a scene in 4.
I think I know what he's
Glass.
talking about. I think that's 5. Don't say anything else just in case. That is a series you have to experience. You won't believe it's real until you've experienced Saw 5.
Finally.
Being a horror fan is also why I can't get upset about like endless sequels. It's just the way the movies are made. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah.
I was ready to go back at it.
All right. Well, that is going to be it from us tonight. We will be back tomorrow with Ash versus Evil Dead. And then Sunday we will be reviewing Predator. What's it called?
Killer of Killers.
Killer of Killers. I'm excited for it. Have a good night, everybody.